a year ago. Cooper, 99-yard touchdown pass from A.J. McCarron. Yeldon, 141 yards and a touchdown. Marshall bolting for a 45-yard touchdown. New heroes await your return.
And Adam placing it on the tee. Again, there is wind, but it is not a huge factor. Griffith again will be kicking to Jonathan Ford across the way, and Corey Grant to the near side. The kick will be going right to left, and the 2014 Iron Bowl is underway in Tuscaloosa. It is an onside kick try. It goes to the far sidelines, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Auburn football at the 40-yard line. So Alabama trying to do something a little bit off the expected path, and the kick goes off the far side and out of bounds. It'll be at the 40-yard line for Auburn.
Yeah, Bama tried that semi-onside kick, sort of a mortar shot over the front line of the Auburn Tiger kickoff return unit. The ball never had a chance to be recovered. It goes out of bounds, and since it was beyond outside the 35-yard line, it actually will go to the spot here at the 44 of the Auburn Tigers.
So it'll be at the 44-yard line, Auburn 1st and 10. Rock Thomas in the lineup. Nick Marshall is the quarterback in the shotgun. They send Thomas in motion. He'll get the swing pass and drop it out on the near side. It's loose. It is picked up by Alabama. It is a forward pass that I believe was fumbled, and Bama's got the football. It's going to be called a lateral officially, and Alabama's going to cover it. That's going to be the question. Was it a forward pass or was it a lateral? The officials on the field say lateral, and Bama recovers the football on the first play of the game.
Well, Rock Thomas was behind Nick Marshall, who was in the pistol. He went flat in his motion along the line of scrimmage. Nick Marshall threw that ball, and it went off the hands of Rock Thomas, and it looks like this is going to stand as a lateral. Alabama takes over on Auburn's side of the field.
And indeed, we can now see it very clearly on the replay. It was a lateral. Now, with Amari Cooper in motion, here's the inside handoff. Alabama trying to go with T.J. Yeldon. He'll get down to the 31-yard line. So the Crimson Tide snapping it at the 35, picking up 4 on that first down carry for Yeldon, who averages 5 yards per carry.
The turnovers are so huge in a rivalry matchup like this, and Auburn makes the first big mistake here in the early going.
Now, man in motion, Cooper to the right, gets 3 wides there. Here's a handoff, Yeldon kicks it to the near side. First down, 20, 15, and out of bounds. It's the first down of the ball game behind Ari Kwanjo and Ryan Kelly's blocks. That first down brought to you by ATIX. They are your Alabama headquarters, including tickets for next weekend's SEC championship game. Online at AAATIX.com. From the 15, Sims, slant inside Cooper, makes the grab, his first, and that is going to be a 5-yard pickup, and that one catch there has now moved Amari Cooper into the #1 all-time reception position. He came into the game tied with DJ Hall, needing 1 to break the tie. Amari Cooper now #1 all-time in receptions for the Crimson and Whites.
Well, that inside slant almost impossible to stop. And Amari Cooper picks up 5 yards. Now Alabama facing 2nd and 5 here at the 10-yard line.
3 wides to the near side until Jalston Fowler moves into the backfield. The snap, the give to Nudie. He'll fire forward and get to the 7-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and a yard and a half upcoming for the Crimson Tide. Casanova McKenzie, the leading tackler for Auburn, their talented middle linebacker, made the tackle.
Well, while Alabama changes personnel groupings almost every single snap, from 3 wides to 2 backs and the like, Auburn stands there in their college 4-2-5. They basically play a nickel defense against all personnel and formation groupings.
Backs are in the eye. O.J. Howard wide right. Raheem Falcons down the left side. Here now the toss. Behind blocking. Yeldon stutter step. First down. Absorbs a hit. He's going to go. Touchdown! Alabama, an 8-yard carry behind a wall of blocking on the left side, and the Crimson Tide drawing first blood, taking advantage of a turnover, and it's now 6-0 for the good guys.
Well, Alabama has done an interesting thing with O.J. Howard as a tight end. They flanked him out as a wide receiver, tried to loosen up this Auburn front seven. They toss it to the left, nobody home. T.J. Yeldon takes it into the end zone.
Gunnar Rayborn is going to go with the extra point. Kick is on the way, and the walk-on makes it good. So Gunnar Rayborn capping that one off, and Alabama has the early 7-0 lead in the Iron Bowl. And now J.K. Scott will come out to kick. Apparently that try by Adam Griffith and that aborted mortar kick was enough to make the change again.
Well, I think that the plan, Eli, was probably on that short kick. Adam Griffith can do it. It looks like he's probably hobbled enough that J.K. will handle the regular kickoffs, and Gunnar Rayborn will handle at least the PATs. But give Lane Kiffin credit on that first drive. He mixed and matched personnel groupings, changed formations, had Amari Cooper in the backfield. Auburn has a lot to work on while that defense is on the sideline.
Here's the kick towards Corey Grant for Auburn. He'll be a couple of yards deep. He'll take a knee. He thought about it. But Jonathan Ford came over and said, don't you do that. So the 17th kickoff for J.K. Scott, and that's going to be his 6th touchback in the few kicks that he has had this year. And now, again, the Auburn Tigers, who suffered through a turnover, which has been part of their problem this year. As you heard, I'm sure, from Coach Gus Malzahn, he said we can't get penalties and can't have turnovers. Nick Marshall, 1st and 10 from his own 25. A low snap. He'll fake the handoff both ways and throw it out into the left flat where Alabama sees it. And Corey Grant is put away by Geno Smith.
Drive Game of the Week.
Less than 3 minutes in, Alabama strikes, taking advantage of an Auburn turnover. Gus Malzahn gambled with a freshman running back, and it backfired. On the other side, a new kickoff man, J.K. Scott from Denver, Colorado, from Mullen High School. Outstanding punter has been sent in for this kickoff. A knee by Corey Grant.
Going back to that touchdown, Brent, by Alabama, they do a great job just outflanking Auburn. They pull their left tackle and their left guard and get Jalston Fowler outside to try and create a wall, getting hats on hats. See, there's a slant inside by Gamel President, defensive end for Auburn, number 42, and it's just easy open field running for T.J. Yeldon. Big bodies that can move, getting outside, finding someone to block. That was an impressive opening drive for Alabama.
Corey Grant has replaced Thomas as the running back. And Marshall, looking downfield, now drops it off to Grant. And he's thrown for a loss. And that was Geno Smith, the nickelback. Jesse, let's take a look at tonight's Chick-fil-A impact.
Well, Auburn's the best running team in the SEC. They're going to try and get their running back, Cameron Artis-Payne, going. Trey DePriest is the quarterback and the leader of Alabama's defense. And I think Landon Collins is the best defensive back in all of college football. Alabama will have to be physical. They must stop the run tonight.
Artis-Payne on the draw play. First down, Jesse, on cue. You said that Artis-Payne is the player they wanted to get involved.
No doubt about it. They do a little bit of misdirection here. They kind of make it look like Nick Marshall's going to roll out to his right. You see number 11, Brandon Folsom, the backside guard. They pull the other way. They hand off to Artis-Payne and a big gap.
Here comes the hurry up. Payne again, and there's a penalty flag thrown by the umpire. This is one of the SEC's best crews. Hubert Owens is the referee. Russ Pulley is the umpire.
They might get the center, Reese Dismukes, for holding.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Number 86 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That's Sean Robinson. And that's an early break, Jesse, for Auburn. They needed something good to happen here.
Well, it's very, very key for them in this game, Brent. They have success on first down. They have to be able to create positive yardage, make third downs manageable, stay on the field, sustain drives, and allow their tempo to be their ally.
With read option, he's going to throw deep off of it. Duke Williams back from an injury, and he couldn't catch up with it.
I'll tell you what, Duke Williams looked pretty good right there. We heard Maria say earlier in pregame warm-ups, I was watching him also, he looked good. He's wearing that big brace on his right leg. Lined up outside, kind of a double move post go. And he got on top of Eddie Jackson, the cornerback. The ball just barely overthrown by Nick Marshall.
2nd and 10 as Duke takes a breather. Here is Marshall. He burned Bama a year ago for a big run. Into the red zone.
More misdirection, fake handoff to Grant. Watch all these players from Alabama run this way when they see the motion come outside. It freezes them for just a second, and that created the crease for Nick Marshall.
28 yards. Here's Artis Payne bouncing outside, breaks a tackle, and he's to the 14-yard line. Second down and mass substitutions for Auburn. That allows the Tide to answer. Nick Saban loves defensive matching up. 2nd and 6. Artis Payne short of the first down, although that second effort made it very, very close. Trey to Priest with the snap for the Tide.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that mass substitution, Brent. I think one advantage Alabama has this year, they've got way more depth and way more versatility in their front seven than I think they've ever had under Nick Saban. They've got run stuffers, they've got pass rushers, and guys they can mix and match depending on the down and distance. Last year they got gassed. They have up 296 rushing yards. They feel like they're better equipped tonight to handle this tempo from Auburn.
Washington checks in as an extra defensive back on 3rd and 1. Artis Payne has the first down, and he barges to the 5-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
You see Auburn now, foot on the pedal, trying to go super fast now.
Come right back with Payne. He stopped after about a yard and a half, and it'll be 2nd down and goal.
And Alabama's defense, Brent, sees up-tempo offense a lot here in the SEC West against Mississippi State, Ole Miss. Remember, Alabama's own offense is now going no huddle 80 to 90% of the time. So they see it in practice. They're equipped to handle. They feel like they're conditioned to handle. You see another mass substitution for Alabama trying to match personnel with Auburn.
There's a whistle and a timeout by Gus Malzahn. He was coming down the field, and he burns a timeout, something he didn't like.
Auburn. Still first time out of the half.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Hampton Hotels. Feel the Hamptonality. And in part by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Alabama leads, but Auburn threatening, and an adjustment in the Auburn offensive line for this game is paying a dividend. Number 51, Patrick Miller, out of Dwyer High School in the Palm Beach area of Florida, is back at right tackle. That allowed the big Avery Young to move to left guard. They're getting a push against this defensive line. The center is Reese Demuke's number 50. Avery Young next to him on the left. Second down and goal. Up under center. Quick pitch back. But Bama, red Artist Payne coming at him.
And on that play, they tried to fool Alabama. They lined up in an unbalanced formation. Their left tackle, Sean Coleman, 72, actually lined up at tight end on the right side. Wasn't a great exchange from the center to Smook because they were trying to pitch that football out wide, but you see the extra big bodies, again, trying to outflank Alabama. Alabama, though, did a great job themselves just being physical at the point of attack.
Third down, goal, and Marshall, more comfortable in the gun, drops back. Rolling to the left, firing back of end zone, Williams incomplete. Here comes the field goal team for Auburn, and Malzahn not happy.
Now that's a throw and a catch that I think a healthy Duke Williams makes. I talk about his catch radius being the best in college football I've seen all year. He's been able to make acrobatic catches when he was healthy. You just wonder how much that knee potentially affecting him. Wearing that knee brace on the right knee.
20-yard field goal attempt for Daniel Carlson, redshirt freshman from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Auburn's on the board. But Duke Williams in the back of the end zone needed a taller ladder. It's 7-3.
And don't forget, if you missed it earlier, Ole Miss beat Mississippi State. So Alabama has already clinched the SEC West. They'll play Missouri next Saturday in the SEC championship game in the Georgia Dome. Our coverage will begin at 12 noon Central Time next Saturday. Christian Jones deep across the way. DeAndrew White to the near side. They're standing to our right near the Alabama end zone. Daniel Carlson will kick this one away short. DeAndrew comes up, and then out comes Xavier Dixon. It rolls off Xavier's hands and goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That was a tweener right there between the up man and the back deep guy, and it goes to the 20, not disastrous.
That's almost like the baseball outfielder or a first baseman over near the bleachers. Bama's receiving unit there should have probably let that ball go because it was going to clearly sail out of bounds, and it would have put Alabama at the 35. Instead, they start at the 20.
Tyron Jones in at running back for the Alabama Crimson Tide. We've seen Yeldon, now Tyron Jones. Two wides to the right as Bama starts this drive from their own 20. Jalston Fowler in motion to the right of the formation. Sims, a quick screen right side. Cooper, nice blocking by Jalston Fowler. Cooper gets running room and is up to the first down, and a flag on the play. Could be a late hit across the way. First flag of the night on Auburn. Fowler and DeAndrew White with great blocking across the way for Amari Cooper. And again, there is a flag near where Amari was sent and hit out of bounds. We'll hear from referee Hubert Owens.
After the play was over, personal foul. Defense, number 35, late hit out of bounds. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
That was Jermaine Whitehead. If you're familiar with Auburn, he normally wears number 9. He's wearing number 35 today. Jermaine Whitehead, the senior from Greenwood, Mississippi. And that now gives Bama the ball, 1st and 10, inside Auburn territory at the 49.
Well, Auburn cannot contend with Amari Cooper out in space, and Lane Kiffin has Blake Sims flip it out to him on a little bubble pass and add on the personal foul, and Alabama in business.
Cam Sims now wide right. Here's the give to Fowler. He'll try and kick it outside. Flag on the play. There's going to be a hold or a face mask. Looked like it's going to be a face mask. It'll be the second penalty in succession against Auburn, as Fowler tried to go laterally, couldn't turn it upfield, and then somebody, I couldn't tell who, but one of the Tigers grabbed his face mask.
Personal foul, face mask. Defense, number 17. 15 yards to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
That was Chris Frost. the weak side linebacker, number 3 tackler. So that's already some 30 yards of penalties for Alabama, compliments of their cross-state rival.
Yeah, and Auburn, of course, comes into this game 98th in the country. They average almost 7 penalties per game, so that is staying true to form so far with Auburn. Those are some big penalties. That's 30 yards of free yardage for Alabama.
If you've watched any of the newscasts or read the articles, that's one thing that Gus Malzahn was preaching this week. He said Auburn's got to eliminate mistakes, turnovers, and penalties. Here now from the 35, 1st and 10, Sims on the give, but that time Christian Jones was quickly smothered by Jonathan Jones, the left corner, who saw that play forming up as Christian came across the formation, and the play loses back to the 38-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, Bama had a missed assignment at the point of attack, confusion between the offensive line and Justin Fowler, and they allowed Jones to be the free tackler there for a -4.
Now Christian Jones and DeAndrew White wide to the right side. 2 men, now 1 only, as Cooper goes in motion, leaving Yeldon to the right of his quarterback. On the snap, Sims backpedals, looks near side, tight end, got it, 1st down. O.J. Howard, way to go, nice grab against tight coverage, and that's one thing that we talked about earlier. Bama loves throwing to him. That's his 13th reception of the season.
Well, he had a free release on the backside of the formation, runs a post corner route, and Blake Sims put it on him for a 1st down.
Now Sims with Yeldon to his left, looks, throws the fade route, corner of the end zone, Cooper, he's there, he's got it, touchdown Alabama, 17 yards, a magnificent throw, a spectacular catch, and Alabama's in business again with a fade route touchdown for the Tide.
Well, what a beautiful throw by Blake Sims. And again, Auburn does not have a single defender that can stay on the field with Amari Cooper. He simply just beat Jonathan Jones to the corner of the end zone. Blake Sims drops it on him. That'll be a Trent Dilfer dime touchdown for Alabama.
Gunnar Rayborn with the extra point attempt at the uprights to our left. Kick on the way. And the true freshman from Lafayette, Louisiana, converts another. And Alabama now jumping on top, 14-3.
Now let's see if this Alabama defense can figure out a way to slow down Nick Marshall and these Auburn Tigers out in the open field.
Auburn averaging 35.1 points a ball game, as J.K. Scott gets set to kick it off to Jonathan Ford, who is across the way. And again, the former Crimson Tider, Corey Grant, who is closest to the near side of the field. Yeah, Auburn averaging 35 points a ball game. Alabama averaging 35 points a ball game. And here's the kick from J.K. He got a touchback last time. This one is again to Grant, and he'll take a knee one more time. So 18 kickoffs and 7 touchbacks for J.K. Scott. Now, one of the big plays that Auburn had on their last possession was that huge run up the middle against the Bama blitz by quarterback Nick Marshall. Is it a guessing game? You got to commit and hope to heck he doesn't have a number called, or what?
Bama wants to dial up some run blitzes to try and knock Auburn back and set them behind the sticks. You have to cover all the gaps. They left one open. Nick Marshall unaccounted for. He ran right up the heart of the Alabama defense. Let's see if they can make that correction while the defense was on the sideline with Kirby Smart.
From their own 25, Auburn starting 1st and 10. Quan Bray comes in motion to the near side of the formation. So there are 3 wides there, one to the other side. Quarterback keeper. Marshall gets outside the coverage, and he'll turn the corner left side and pick up the 1st down for the Auburn Tigers. For a moment, Ryan Anderson had his eyes on him, but he just couldn't beat him to the corner on a 1st down scamper for the quarterback,
well, you
Nick
hear
Marshall.
Nick Marshall described as very slippery. He's elusive out in open space, and that time he got around the corner and picked up the 1st down.
From the 38-yard line now, their own 1st and 10. Marshall shotgun, gets the snap, gives to Payne. He'll penetrate up the middle and get nothing more than a yard before the middle of the Alabama defense, led by Trey DePriest, gathers him up and puts him down. It'll be a 2nd down and 9 as Xavier Dixon checks in along with Jaron Reed. Bama also making some changes in the secondary.
Bama has to be firm on the interior. If they can take that aspect of this zone read away, that gives you a chance to go chase the quarterback.
Geno Smith checks in. Here's Marshall to throw. Looks near side. He's looking for Duke. Duke's got it at the 20-yard line in double coverage. Duke Williams, as you hear the Auburn fans in the chant of Duke, beating Eddie Jackson with a big gainer down to the 17. It's a 42-yard pickup.
Yeah, Nick Marshall does that step-up play fake, then launches it deep, and Duke Williams had that ball in his gun sights all the way down. He elevates forward and makes the grab.
From the Bama 17, 1st and 10. Shotgun Marshall on the handoff, Artis Payne, and Cameron goes rumbling down to the 9-yard line. They'll say he actually hit at the 11. It'll be a 2nd down and 4 from there. Near side, Sammy Coates. Inside handoff, Cameron Artis Payne. He'll run, but is short of the 1st down as it was backpedaled on him by Ashawn Robinson, Trade DePriest, and Xavier Dixon. And is there an injury down there? No, just slow and unpiling as Ashawn Robinson was straddling Cameron Artis Payne.
Auburn knows how difficult it is to penetrate this defensive front for Alabama, and therefore they've gone to their full wide receiver package with Artis Payne as the single ball carrier to try to spread out this front 7.
Bama leads 14-3, 4.5 remaining in the quarter. Cameron Artis Payne lined up to the right rear of his quarterback. Gets the handoff, goes up the middle. Bama's going to stop him. Bama's going to stop him. He's going to be short of the 1st down. It was 3rd and a yard. Jaron Reed, who had just checked into the lineup, stops him. So Auburn was stuffed earlier, had to settle for a field goal. What is Gus Malzahn going to do here? The Auburn offense says, let's go for it. And apparently they will. 4th and a half yard. Listen to the crowd here. Cameron Artis Payne to the right of his quarterback. 2 wides either way. Marshall now looks to the far sideline along with everybody else. And they're going to take their 2nd timeout of the quarter. Gus Malzahn will call
Timeout. Auburn.
Heading towards the student section to our right. The noise is deafening. Cameron Artis Payne will line up to the right rear of his quarterback in the shotgun. They need a yard on 4th down and 1. They need to get to the 7. Juan Bray in motion. Quarterback comes up to the line of scrimmage. He's under center. He'll try and follow Reese Dismukes, and I believe he's going to get it. He only needed a yard. He followed his center, Reese Dismukes. Let's see where the spot is. First blush looked like he had gotten it, though there is still no signal from the officiating crew. And they're going to have to bring in the change.
Hey, Bama got a nice spot there.
Yeah, nice
it's going to be close, but Auburn came out with that familiar unbalanced line, the quick snap, and instead of pitching it to Cameron Artis Payne, Nick Marshall took it over the right side on a quarterback sneak. But I thought he probably got it with that 2nd surge, but this is going to be closer than I thought initially.
Hubert Owens asks for the change. If he gets it, it's just by the nose of the football. They're going to stretch the change out. Yeah, he got it by literally the nose of the football. So a big 4th down play for the Auburn Tigers. Now it's 1st and goal from the Bama 7.
Well, Bama got it done the first time around just inside the 6 on the last series of downs. So let's see if they can get a stop here at the 7.
Juan Bray split wide right, 2 wides to the left. Uzama, the big 6'5" tight end on the right side of the line. Here's Marshall looking, throws the fade route, end zone over everybody's head. Duke Williams couldn't get there. Incomplete with Geno Smith covering him. You know, the book on Alabama, try those fade routes. We have seen it against Bama in so many games this year, and Auburn's read that same game plan. They've tried it here a few times today. They've not made it work yet.
Well, it's tough when they stack those two receivers and release at the same time simultaneously. One receiver pulls up short, and Duke Williams runs to that back corner. Incomplete now, 2nd and 7.
Alabama leads 14-3. 3:10 remaining in the first quarter. 2nd and goal from the 7. Here's Marshall. Looks left, now looks right. Throws in and out of the hands of Uzomah, the goal line tight end. He was hit by Nick Perry as the ball got there with Geno Smith on the scene watching. It would have been the 11th reception of the year for Uzomah, but he had tight coverage on him, though it was a BB of a pass, and Bama did a great job. Eddie Jackson came up to really make the stick.
Yeah, that was the same exact play that Auburn scored on last year in this same end zone down in Auburn in terms of that back shoulder throw to C.J. Uzomah. Bama gets it on the ground, and now looking at 3rd and 7, 3rd and goal from the 7.
Play clock at 5, 4, 3. Auburn 1 of 3 in 3rd down conversions. Marshall throws near side through the hands of the intended receiver. That was looking for Sammy Coates at the goal line, incomplete. There was a ton of mustard on that one, and Sammy just could not hang on. And again, the field goal unit is being called upon by Gus Malzahn. Well, let's see what they do here.
It feels like when Auburn gets into this compressed part of the field, they don't have the confidence to run the ball. They threw 3 consecutive passes thinking that that was their best option. All 3 go incomplete, and Alabama with a chance to force a 2nd field goal.
A 27-yard try, Daniel Carlson. He is 7 of 8 this year from this distance, and that one is up and good. So a 27-yard field goal by Daniel Carlson, and the Crimson Tide again doing a great job on defense in tight. The Bromberg's Rolex scoring drive for the Auburn Tigers, 11 plays, 71 yards in 3 minutes and 22 seconds, and again giving up 3 points, but a nice stop for the Bama defense.
Well, Bama's secondary especially really showed their poise there. With their back against the wall, they get 3 incompletions in a row. Auburn is forced to kick another field goal, and those are big-time wins when we get down to the end of this football game, because Bama's up 14-6, and if the Tide doesn't turn the ball over, Eli, Auburn does not have answers for this Alabama offense to this point in terms of what they've put out there on the field in terms of formations and some play adjustments that Auburn has not seen on tape prior to this game.
And if this kind of a trade-out continues, Chris, I'll take a touchdown against the field goal for the other guys all night long.
Yeah, no kidding, Eli. And I'm like y'all, shocked that when they were running as effective as they were, that they would run it or throw it. Tried to 3 straight times in there. Keep an eye on T.J. Yeldon. He just got off the exercise bike, trying to keep that leg warm, trying to keep it fresh so that he can come into the ball game for the Tide. He's just grabbed his helmet.
Temperatures in the high 50s. It is not at all an overly chilly night. There is wind blowing up high, but down low it is not a factor on the field. Now, getting set to kick it away. Remember, they had a short kick earlier, the one where Xavier Dixon went back. The other guys came up, and this time they'll kick it away, and that one's going into the end zone and out for a touchback by Daniel Carlson. His 43rd touchback on his 68th kick. That man's got a leg, Phil.
Yeah, 64% of the time it's a touchback, and I was a little surprised the first go-around that they punched it nearly out of bounds. Of course, the Alabama players touched it, and they took over at the 20. But this time, it's a true touchback, and Alabama will possess the ball at their own 25.
So the Tide starting. Derrick Henry will be the running back this time. We've seen TJ. We've seen Tyron Jones. Now we're seeing Derrick Henry for the first time. What depth for Alabama. What a luxury. 1st and 10, Bama from their own 25. Sims shotgun. Amari Cooper in motion. Here now to give. Derrick Henry goes up the middle after starting east and west, and he'll get out to the 26, 27-yard line before Ladarius Owens and others are there to make the stop.
Well, that's a somewhat slow developing play when Derrick Henry runs that zone sweep. It picks up a yard, And now Alabama will make some substitutions, shuffle the deck with these receivers.
Malcolm Faison, the tight end, is split wide to the near side with DeAndrew White. 2 wides the other way, Cooper and Jones. Sims looks, throws. Amari's got it. He is quickly put down by Jonathan Jones. It'll bring up a 3rd and a couple on a quick throw there to Amari Cooper that time.
Well, Bama has been very effective themselves on 3rd down this year.
They have
in terms of the Tide coming in 50, statistically.
Yeah, 53% Alabama is in 3rd down conversions. Those numbers are 4th in the nation. Bama 1 of 1 in 3rd downs today. Derrick Henry split. Now he goes into the backfield. Here's the pitch to Derrick. Flag on the play. He couldn't get himself going as Auburn sniffed that one out.
I think it's going to be a formation or movement penalty.
And Blake Sims is limping. Blake Sims is limping back at the 17. Now jumps on that offending ankle or foot. He is trying to limber it up and keep it loose. Blake Sims, the Alabama quarterback, now bends over.
Illegal motion on the offense, number 27, never got set. That penalty is refused. 4th down.
So Alabama, for the first time tonight, is going to have to punt the football. And Blake Sims, walking very, very gingerly, now trots off to the attention of trainer Jeff Allen, who greets him out at the numbers. And here's the first punt of the night. Alabama's great punter, who is number 2 in America, kicking it away to America's number 2 punt returner, Quan Bray, who averages 18.1 yards per return. So strength against strength again. J.K. pulls it. Oh, and Quan Bray all the way back. And he'll say, I'm getting away from this one. It takes a big roll and goes into the end zone. That's the way to keep Quan Bray bottled up with a career-long 70-yard punt, eclipsing the 66-yarder that he had against LSU.
The young man has a jugs machine attached to his right hip because that ball was launched nearly 70 yards in the air. It goes tumbling into the end zone, and Auburn put it in motion at their own 20.
Yeah, there goes that 66-yarder against LSU. If you're keeping score at home, this is a 70-yarder. A minute 12 remaining now in the opening quarter. Alabama leads 14-6. Cameron Artis-Payne is the running back. Nick Marshall in the shotgun. Brings a man in motion. That's Corey Grant. Ball. Can't be handled, and Reggie Ragland came in, and Nick Marshall just tucked it away and gets murdered on the play. He never did get a good possession on the ball, it didn't look like at first blush. Then he got forward after finding the handle, and he was smothered. It was a slow developing play.
That's that power blocking where they pulled the backside guard, and Nick Marshall was greeted by Reggie Ragland.
Quan Bray in motion. Here's Marshall on the snap. Looks and loads up and throws. Nobody home. That one incomplete. He was looking for Sammy Coates, but Sammy was covered up in the throw, not anywhere near on the mark. It'll be a 3rd down.
Well, again, a slow developing play fake, and they looked deep to Duke Williams. He was covered up again. He tried to drop it off in the middle of the field, misfires, and Bama in position here to get off the field at 3rd and 10.
Auburn 1 of 4 in 3rd down conversions today. Snapping it from their own 20. Reese Dismukes snaps it back into the shotgun. Marshall's got it waist high. Pressure up the middle. He's being flushed in the pocket. He rolls left and throws. The ball is caught for a 1st down. You got to give Auburn's receivers credit there, as Sammy Coates knew his man was in trouble. He broke off the route and came back to the football for a 1st down reception.
Yeah, and Bama brought a 5-man pressure. They had Nick Marshall dead to rights, but he was able to beat the outside defender to the corner.
19 seconds remaining in the period. Cameron Artis-Payne, handoff up the middle. He's got the 1st down and more to the Alabama 45-yard line. With 11 seconds remaining in the period, Nick Perry made the stop from his free safety spot. Now quickly Marshall gets the snap. Cameron Artis-Payne this time stopped in the backfield. Geno Smith playing a super game tonight. makes the stop as the quarter comes to a close. The play loses a couple, and it'll be a second down play upcoming with about a dozen to go for Auburn when we move into the second quarter. Okay, Auburn now going right to left. It's a second down and 12. From the 45, Marshall throws. Duke's got it, makes the grab. First down to the 35, Duke Williams. Nice reach out for the 6'2 wide receiver. Drill Washington and Landon Collins just couldn't stop him.
Yeah, Auburn had three receivers set to the right, and Duke Williams is in the slot. He found an open area against that zone.
This time, handoff to Grant. Corey gets spun around as he penetrates the Alabama 25, gets to the 23. The former Crimson Tiger last year averaged 9.8 yards per carry. Now Marshall quickly screens it out to the far side. Catch is made, turning the corner. Marcus Davis, the sophomore from Boynton Beach, Florida, gets run out of bounds, stopping the clock. But they move the football rather quickly and pick up 4 yards on that play.
I tell you what, when they want to go fast, Eli, you can barely spit out the plays when they go at warp speed. Now they slow down the pace here, make some substitutions. Alabama will make their adjustments here at 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I correct myself. I said a gain of 4. He does get 7. I thought he had stepped out upfield. It'll be a second down and 3. Football being snapped from the 17. Marshall brings a man in motion, gives to Cameron Artis-Payne, comes left, and with a flag down, Alabama is there to smother things at the left side of the line. But again, there is a flag on the play. We'll hear from referee Hubert Owens.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
35 yards in penalties now for Auburn on their 3rd flag of the night.
And every yard counts when you're scrapping for the real estate here on the floor of Bryant-Denny Stadium. Sets up this 2nd and 8.
Just getting going, second quarter. Alabama leads 14-6. 2 touchdowns against 2 field goals. Wide out to the near side. Fultz is the H-back ahead of Cameron Artis-Payne. Man in motion, play action. Marshall goes to the far side, can't turn the corner, gets run out of bounds back at the 22-yard line. So they took the angle away. Eddie Jackson, Geno Smith, everybody just setting up a wall and containing things. And it'll be a 3rd down upcoming for the Auburn Tigers.
Well played by the Alabama defense. They fake that rocket sweep to Ricardo Lewis going hard to the left. Quarterback sweeps it to the right on a design play. Alabama had none of it. 3rd and 8 here. Critical down for the Tigers.
Auburn 2 of 5 in 3rd down conversions tonight. 3 wides to the left until a man in motion, Marcus Davis, goes to the right. Low snap, throw across the middle, caught down low. First down, Duke Williams, as he caught a low pass in front of Geno Smith for a first down.
Yeah, and Duke Williams at 6'2", 210 pounds. He's hard to stop. I tell you, he goes off holding his right shoulder. His right shoulder went into the ground after he made that catch.
He'll be looked at by the trainers. Meanwhile, Auburn snapping it from the 14. 1st and 10. Heading towards the end zone to our left. Man in motion, goes to the far side. That's Melvin Ray. Here now with the flag down. Cameron Artis-Payne goes right. He is smothered by the Alabama defense for a gain of no more than a yard. DJ Petway and Xavier Dixon, but again, looked like Auburn was on the move. Now we'll wait for the official word from Hubert Owens. It'll be their 4th flag on the night.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Meanwhile, on the Auburn sideline, they are now wrapping the lower right leg of Duke Williams. He's been bothered by injuries. They said he might not be 100% tonight, though, as we caution, even 80% of Duke is pretty darn good.
Yeah, he's really a very good player, but Alabama picking up some much-needed help with these penalties. Auburn now puts it in motion at 1st and 15.
1st and 15, Sammy Coates wide right. They give to Corey Grant. He'll go laterally, is met by the defense at the 15-yard line. Good hard hit as he picks up 2.5, maybe 3. But Bama going laterally nicely there. Nick Perry among others. But great pursuit by the Tide. It'll be a 2nd down and 11 now facing Auburn as they're knocking on the Tide's door.
It's an old throwback play, almost like a Statue of Liberty. And Corey Grant comes around with the big speed, tries to get to the corner. Alabama allowed only 5 yards on the pickup.
Uzama is in. Jonathan Allen checks in for Bama. Marcus Davis in motion. Comes towards the formation, left side of the play. Here now the play action. Give. Cameron Artis-Payne turns the corner, gets near a 1st down and is run out of bounds by Eddie Jackson. It'll be short, I believe, of the 1st down. Yes, it will be by about a half yard, maybe a full yard. It'll be a 3rd down from there. 3rd and a yard from the 5. They need the 4-yard line for the 1st down. Wides 2 to the left. 1 to the right. That's Quan Gray. Quarterback. Inside give. He's not going to get there. He'll lose yardage. Ryan Anderson came in and got Cameron Artis-Payne. And Anderson took the outland route, and there's a Bama player down.
And
that is Ryan Anderson.
Yeah, and Eli, I think because of the loss of yardage there, I would suspect that Gus Malzahn will look at the field goal opportunity again. This Bama defense standing tall in the red zone.
Ryan Anderson with 6 tackles for a loss on the year, 3 sacks and a fumble recovery. The sophomore from down your way in Daphne, Alabama. He is being tended to by the trainers. He is lying face down at the 7-yard line, moving around but uncomfortable as he is now being turned over onto his back. Chris, meanwhile, how about Blake Sims? We saw him limping off earlier.
Yeah, Eli, the good news as Ryan Anderson does come to his feet and able to walk off the field on his own power. That's why the crowd is responding. The good news on Blake, they changed his cleats, did not tape the ankle. I'm told he's good to go and will be just fine.
Super. And Daniel Carlson is in now to attempt yet another field goal. He is hit from 20 and 27. Tyler Stovall is the holder. This one will be a 25-yard attempt. So again, he is hit already from 20 and 27. This one 25 off the far hash mark, heading the other way this time, 2 hour left. The snap. On the way. It's a bit high, but he gets it down, and the kick is up and good. So a 3 field goal performance by Daniel Carlson. Timeout. 11:01 to go in the half. Alabama 14, Auburn 9. Daniel Carlson, he of the monstrous leg, getting set to kick it away to the Alabama deep men, Christian Jones and DeAndrew White. And that'll be a touchback. Well, is he going to bring it out? Oh, he's coming out with it. How about it? Christian Jones says, let's go. He'll go laterally, spun around to the 15, gets to the 20, and gets bounced around and is put down there. I didn't even think he was going to come out with it from a couple 3 yards deep, but he does, and Bama will start 1st and 10 just across the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Christian Jones has been wanting to break one of these kickoff returns all year long, and that time he elected to bring it out, gets to the 21, so Bama will operate from there.
Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Hyundai, a proud supporter of college football and loyal college football fans everywhere. TJ Yeldon, now the Alabama running back. Blake Sims is in at quarterback, even though he limped off last series. Christian Jones in motion. Sims sets up, looks, throws. Zamari Cooper can't get there. It is intercepted by Auburn, taken by the Tigers at the 35-yard line. That's Jermaine Whitehead. Jermaine Whitehead with his 4th interception of the year, and Auburn is in business deep in Bama territory at the 32-yard line. Not a ton of steam on that throw.
No, Blake never saw the defender, Jermaine Whitehead, drop off. He initially came toward the line of scrimmage and then backed away. Blake did not see him, throws it into the arms of Jermaine Whitehead, the senior for Auburn. And now Alabama has their first turnover of this game.
Blake Sims. That's his 5th interception of the year. And now the Auburn Tigers going to work from the Bama 32. Heading towards the end zone to our left. Man in motion. Quarterback Marshall laterally with a stiff arm against Perry, and Nick forces him out of bounds. Nice job by Nick Perry. It'll be a loss of 1.5 yards, nearly 2, back to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12 from there. Good job by Nick Perry.
I'll tell you, for a quarterback, Nick Marshall's a physical runner. He used the stiff arm there to ward off the defender, Nick Perry, but ends up now with 2nd and 12.
Marshall straight drop, 3-step drop, loads up, looks deep into the end zone, got it, touchdown. He looked and found Sammy Coates, who left the Alabama defensive back behind on a 34-yard touchdown pass. Auburn will take the lead.
Well, Auburn has had 4 receivers on the field a lot in this game, and that is as basic as it gets. 4 verticals. The 2 outside receivers going up the field outside the numbers, the 2 inside receivers going up the hash marks, and Eddie Jackson dropped his coverage, and Auburn goes up top for a 6-pointer.
And the extra point try will be upcoming now at the uprights to our left. Daniel Carlson, he is perfect this year, 50 of 50. Extra point coming. And there's motion at the line of scrimmage. There's a long wait for that snap to come. Then everybody leaned in, started moving, and the referee whistled. Here's Hubert Owens.
Offside, defense in the neutral zone. Half the distance to the goal. Still have to try.
Second penalty of the night against Alabama. So the Tide started like a team on fire.
I think Gus Malzahn might decide to go for 2 here. No, he's going to just...
That offside foul is declined by the offense.
Yeah, he's just going to...
We'll have to try.
Half the distance, you can almost be too close to try and get the ball up that quickly. So he'll just say, let's just go with a regular
It's too early to go for 2, but I thought maybe with that distance cut in half, he might very well go for the 2-point play.
Daniel Carlson. Kick on the way, and it is good. So here in the second quarter, the Auburn Tigers scoring on a field goal and now the touchdown. And they lead 16-14 with 10:16 to go until halftime. Here's Daniel Carlson to kick it away. And he does. That one sails over everybody's head to the back of the end zone and a touchback. So the Crimson Tide will start it. Back at the 25-yard line after. That's the kind of leg you see on Sunday in the NFL. Daniel Carlson, one of these guys who just kicks it always out of the end zone seemingly. And you wonder, Chris, how does he do that?
Yeah, not real sure, Eli, but right there, just before the team left the huddle on the sidelines, head coach Nick Saban ran up to Blake Sims, 3 pats on the backside, said go get him.
All right, and let's see what Bama can do from the 25. Jalston Fowler is the running back to the left side of the quarterback until Yeldon shifts into the backfield to the right of Sims. Here now to give. T.J. Yeldon finds running room out for a 6-yard gain to the 31 as he wound his way through the defense. Casanova McKenzie, the middle linebacker, will make the tackle with 10 minutes to go in the half. And Alabama trailing 16-14.
And Bama using a little different personnel package. 3 wide receivers with Jalston Fowler and T.J. Yeldon on the field together.
2 wides to the near side, 1 to the left. Here's Yeldon again. Gets a seam into the secondary. He's got a first down to the 45-yard line of the Auburn Tigers. Nice quick penetration. Ryan Kelly blew up the guy who was across the line from him. Great block by the Bama center.
Yeah, and Alabama, again, with this package on the field. Auburn always in a nickel grouping defensively. There's running room against that 6-man box.
Now again with Cooper to the far side. 2 wides to the near. On a 1st and 10 from the 46. For a second, they showed blitz. Now Sims again to Yeldon. Peels off near side, breaks a tackle, dances between two men, gets across the 50 to Auburn territory as he picks up 7 more yards on the dance. Elijah Daniel in for Devontae Lambert at defensive end, made the tackle.
And Eli, what I mean by that is when Bama's in those 3 wide receivers and Auburn's spread out, there's only 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers. There's room to run on the interior.
Sims, a throw in and out of the hands and falling incomplete. Looking at DeAndrew White at the 45-yard line near the numbers. The ball was out of his hands and thankfully fell harmlessly to the turf in and around a number of white-clad Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, that was a whistle shot from Blake Sims, and DeAndrew White probably should have caught it, but Bama fortunate there that it fell harmlessly to the turf.
Bama 1 of 2 in third downs. Here's a 3rd and 3 from the Auburn 49. Brandon Green is in. Raheem Falcons checks in. No wides to the left, 2 men to the right. Falcons in motion. Auburn brings everybody up on the D. Play action fake. Sims rolls right. Sims under pressure. Can't escape. He's down with a sack. Back at the 40-yard line by Anthony Swain, the middle linebacker. It'll be his first sack of the year and the first of the night for Auburn.
Yeah, that play was disjointed from the very beginning. That was supposed to be a bootleg with Jostin Fowler in the flat, and Raheem Falcons actually went in and blocked his own receiver, so there were no receivers in the route. Jostin Fowler, the only receiver downfield for Alabama.
Now J.K. Scott, a kick. Comes to Quan Bray. He'll field it on the bounce after signaling fair catch. You can't do that. And there'll be a flag. That is technically delay of game. So there will be a mark off against Auburn. If you signal fair catch, then catch it and run with it. That is technically a delay of game infraction. And there'll be a 5-yard mark off back to the 10-yard line.
Delay of game, number 4 on the receiving team. 5-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
So that's where Auburn will start, back at their own 10-yard line. And again, J.K. Scott doing the job to swap ends of the field. We've got timeout, 8:14 to go in the half. Auburn with the ball and a 16-14 lead. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. Auburn with the ball, they lead 16-14. 8:14 to go in the half. Man in motion. Uzama, the tight end, lines up to the right of his quarterback. Now Grant in motion. He'll get the handoff. Uzama makes the block. Grant turns the corner. He's got a first down across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Good bit of running there as C.J. Uzama at 6'5", 264. Blocked out half the world on the right side.
Yeah, Corey Grant comes in that short motion and hits the rocket sweep on the run. Gets the ball out to the 23.
Now snapping it from the far hash mark. Brandon Fultz comes in motion to the near side of the formation. The H-back lined up as a tight end. Here's Marshall, straight drop. Look, swings it out near side. Caught by Ricardo Lewis. He'll break the initial hit and gets out to the 28-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the play, nearly 6. Tim Williams, of whom we mentioned moments ago, he was there to make the tackle.
And again, that's a play fake and a look downfield. Duke Williams streaking downfield. Bama in coverage. He drops it off short to Ricardo Lewis.
Cameron Artis Payne, the running back, on a 2nd and 6 Auburn from their own 27. Bama brings Jabril Washington onto the field. Nick Marshall in the shotgun, looked to his far sideline, came up under his center, now backpedals into the shotgun. Has Cameron Artis Payne to his left. The snap hits Marcus Davis in the back as he came across the formation, and it's covered by Auburn at the 30. The play will actually pick up 2.5 yards, but an ill-timed snap by Reese Dismukes. Don't know whether he snapped it on the hut instead of the hut as the man went by him, but Marcus Davis had it hit him right there in the back. The noise, of course, is deafening here. And now a 3rd and 3. Man in motion, Bray to the far side. From the 30, low snap. Marshall looks, throws to Bray, comes back, first down, gets around the D, many more yards, out across the 45, rustled out of bounds at Alabama's 49-yard line. Eddie Jackson finally chasing him down. And an Auburn first down.
And that was just a basic hitch route by Quan Bray out on the outside. He made Landon Collins miss the tackle, and Auburn at midfield.
Now, again, a bobbling of the snap. Cameron Artis-Payne falls on the ball, and Nick Perry falls on him. Play loses a yard, actually 2. It'll be a second down and a dozen as Bama brings in substitutions.
Yeah, and I said it was Landon Collins. Actually, it was actually Reggie Ragland who ended up out in space on Quan Bray, and that's an advantage for Auburn in that circumstance.
Rashaan Evans is in. Artis-Payne to the right of his quarterback, stays in the block. Marshall looks. Marshall's busy. He's going to try and run. Trouble from behind, and he'll just run out of bounds as he gets towards the midfield stripe. Let's see where he stepped out officially. Bama with great penetration, and Petway and Rashaan Evans chase him down. He only gets a half a yard, maybe, if at all.
Well, Bama's got to get off the field here. 5:28 left in this first half.
Here's a 3rd and 12 facing Auburn.
This is the circumstance situation you want Auburn to be in, behind the sticks at 3rd and 12.
Auburn 4 of 8 in 3rd down conversions. Coates wide to the far side. 3 wides to the near side. Backfield, Artis-Payne watching. Penetration. Quarterback escapes. Marshall loads up. Looks long. Throws. It's held up and knocked away. Intended for Marcus Davis. At the 10, Landon Collins was there with teammates to help. And he knocked it away from Marcus Davis, and Auburn will punt it away. Great early penetration by the Tide. Marshall let her rip, and it was knocked away at the 8s by Landon Collins. It'll be the 6th pass he has broken up this year.
Well, Bama dialed up the pressure. They got the heat on Nick Marshall. He was able to pirouette out the back door, reset his feet, and he can launch the ball downfield, and that's what makes him so doubly dangerous as both a runner and passer.
Christian Jones to field the punt from Daniel Carlson. He'll put his right foot to it. Christian comes up, makes the grab, does not call fair catch, turns it upfield 20, 25, 30, goes left 35, he's to the 40, gets hit and put down there. Great field position by Alabama. A 37-yard punt and the 28-yard run back by Christian Jones. It'll be the 2nd longest run back of a punt for him this year, behind the 47-yarder he had against Florida Atlantic University. Own 42, Bama 1st and 10. Sims under pressure. Little looping pass out to Fowler. Charleston's got it near side. He's got a first down. Hits a man twice, then goes out of bounds at the 44 of Auburn. A lumbering play. Anthony Swain was the first guy that he ran over. Then Robinson Therese finally getting Charleston Fowler out of bounds. Nicely done by the big 6'1", 248-pound rumbler.
Well, Nick Saban talks about finish and finishing plays, and that time Charleston Fowler did it. He was actually contacted short of the first down and continued to plow forward to pick up the first down yardage.
DeAndrew White, Christian Jones wide to the far side. Man in motion, Yeldon. They swing the pass out to him. Nice block, turns the corner, left side first down the sideline to the 30 to the 25. Both DeAndrew White and Christian Jones threw nice blocks on DBs across the way. And they'll say that he stepped out of bounds at the 30, but still plenty of distance for the first down conversion as Alabama brings O.J. Howard in.
That was literally the same play that Auburn opened the game with when they were called for the lateral. The ball ended up on the ground. Bama picked up that first turnover of this football game, but T.J. Yeldon grabbed it in thin air and runs for the first down. Bama in business at the 30.
Now with wideouts, 2 to the right and 1 to the left. From the far hash mark, Sims in the shotgun. Deploys Amari Cooper. Looks, everybody's covered. Sims is going to throw. Finds a wide open Christian Jones, complete, out of bounds at the 9-yard line. They lost him. The Auburn Tiger defense did. Finally, after Jonathan Ford and Robinson Therese peeled off, Sims just found them wide open.
Well, he really did, and give credit to Blake Sims for keeping his eyes upfield. But Eli, this is where Auburn's defense has been very good all year. They've only allowed 23 touchdowns, 8 field goals down this part of the field. That's third best in the country.
Now everybody on the Bama sideline looking to the near side, on the Bama line of scrimmage, looks to the near sidelines. They'll get the play sent in. Play clock at 8, 7, 6, 5, and now a timeout being taken by the Tide, I believe.
The ruling on the field was a completed pass for a first down. The previous play is under further review.
Alabama also looked a little bit unsure of their offensive selection. So this review by Rocky Good in the replay booth gives Bama a chance to regroup here without using a timeout.
Yeah, I thought that was a fairly comfortable catch. Matter of fact, I thought he almost had both feet down.
He did. He has the ball at the 9. Both feet are tippy-toeing in. That will even be good on Sunday. So they have to review it. And he does have control of the football. That was no bobble. He had it right around the equator of the football. And that really did help Alabama because it looked as though the Tide was a little unsure of themselves.
And it does, because Bama was probably going to have to use one of their timeouts. Yeah. Now they can keep that in their pocket, and they still have 3 left.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a completed catch for a first down.
Really no question after we viewed all the replays, and I dare say those of you who are watching and listening agree. You saw that as well. Great job by Christian Jones to get both feet down. So it's first and goal from the 9. Bama down 16-14. 3 minutes to go until halftime. T.J. Yeldon is in at running back. Auburn brings the defense up. Now again, Bama takes a moment. They'll look to the sidelines to see what part of that big buffet Lane Kiffin is going to graze from right here. So many options. The snap into the shotgun. Sims. Give Yeldon near side off Kelly's block to the angle. He's to the 5 and out of bounds there. Nice hit by Jonathan Jones, but still a nice give to Yeldon, who angles to the near side. So it'll be a second and goal from the 5. A spoonful of Yeldon lets the yardage go down. Let's see if we have another one right here. 2 wides left and 1 to the right. Christian Jones. Amari Cooper left. DeAndrew White to the near side. Sims rolls left, throws end zone, knocked away nicely by the Auburn defender Jermaine Whitehead, who had that interception earlier, knocked it away at about the 3-yard line.
I'll tell you, give credit to Auburn there. That's one that comes from film study. They jumped all over that route by Amari Cooper, and Jermaine Whitehead was able to tip that ball away. I tell you, Blake Sims was lucky there because that had pick 6 written all over it, and that would have been a 99-yarder.
Jalston Fowler checks in. Bama 1 of 3 in third down conversions. Here's a third and goal from the 5. Fowler goes wide left. Sims fakes, looks, throws right, catches made at the goal line by Cooper. It'll be short by a half yard. It'll be 4th and goal from a half yard away. And here comes the beef. Dominic Jackson will be coming in.
Well, last year, Eli, Alabama could not pick up a yard on a 4th down conversion late in that football game, and I think this Alabama front line has been waiting for this opportunity for a solid year. Let's see what they do with it.
Brandon Green lumbers in off the near side. Backs are in the eye. Here's the give. Yeldon up the middle. He is to the goal line. He is in! Touchdown behind the beat. He went between right guard and right tackle, and there was no doubt. Another touchdown for T.J. Yeldon, his second of the night, and Bama reassumes the lead late in the first half.
Well, Bama put their big heavies in there, Dominic Jackson and others, additional tight ends, Jalston Fowler as the lead blocking back, and T.J. Yeldon powers in from a yard away. Alabama now back on top, 20-16.
Now Cole Mazda will snap it to Cooper Bateman, and Gunnar Rayborn will try the extra point. Started doing that last week and has continued here tonight. Then the kick is up and good. So the Alabama Crimson Tide reassuming the lead. It is 21-16 as we near halftime. All of that coming up momentarily. Quan Bray and Corey Grant are deep. Bray along the near side, Grant across the way. Last two kicks have been touchbacks by J.K. Scott. Ball is on the tee at the 35, and it is sent traveling. End over end, Quan Bray. He'll take a knee. 6 yards deep in the end zone. Let's pause 10 seconds now for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
I'll tell you, Auburn really likes the matchup when they have 4 wide receivers on the field. They've stayed in this package most of the night. Of course, that brings Alabama's dime unit onto the field, meaning 6 defensive backs against this arrangement of 4 wide receivers.
Cameron Artis-Payne goes in motion. Marshall calls his own number. Up the middle, he is grabbed by Nick Perry, but not before he picks up 7 on the play. It'll be a second down and 3 as he gets to the 33-yard line.
Well, as long as you can get him tackled underneath the sticks, that clock continues to move. Now, Ashawn Robinson
losing his helmet.
Looks like he may have been poked in the eye, I think, Eli, the way he's carrying his headgear, and he looks like he's in some pain here.
He does look that way. Dalvin Tomlinson will come in as Ashawn goes directly to trainer Jeff Allen. Melvin
Please
Ray.
reset the game clock to 1 minute, 13 seconds. Number 86 has to leave the game because his helmet came off.
Melvin Ray now checks in for the Auburn Tigers. He's one of the 4 wideouts, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Nick Marshall in the shotgun. Cameron Artis-Payne to his left elbow. Second down and 3. Marshall looks long, right side. Sammy Coates behind the D. Touchdown, Auburn.
My goodness gracious, Eli. That was the same exact play that Auburn scored on earlier. 4 verticals, just 4 streaks across the field. All 9 routes, and Sammy Coates, who averages over 48 yards on his 11 career touchdowns, just registers another huge play for the Auburn Tigers.
That was a 68-yard play for the touchdown. The Auburn Tigers answer the Crimson Tide's TD almost instantly. And Daniel Carlson to attempt the extra point. Again, he is perfect on the year at 52 of 52. Man, they picked on Eddie Jackson that time mercilessly. And the extra point is up and good. So the Auburn Tigers reassume the lead at 23-21. And the Bromberg's Rolex scoring drive, all of 2 plays, went 75 yards in 29 seconds. So with 54 seconds to go until halftime, Daniel Carlson getting set to kick it away again. Christian Jones to the near side, DeAndrew White to the far side of the field. Back to field the kick by Daniel Carlson. And the kick is in the air. Comes to the near side, Christian Jones lets it sail into and out of the end zone for the touchback. And Alabama will come back to the 25-yard line.
Well, Bama's got at least 7-8 plays perhaps here
all their
with
timeouts
all
remaining.
3 timeouts. As long as you throw the ball beyond the first down mark, or at least catch and run it beyond the sticks, you can certainly move down into field goal range here. And I tell you, against this Auburn defense, I think Alabama will probably take a nibble at this, at least early, a draw screen, see if they can get a drive underway from their own 25.
And who knows exactly what Bama's field goal situation is. There have been 50-second drives this year for Bama. Here's Sims from the 25. Quick release left side screen. Amari Cooper left sideline. First down and out of bounds to the 36-yard line. Jonathan Mincy forcing him out, the number 4 tackler on the Auburn Ball Club, and they move the chains.
Well, just like Auburn likes some of their personnel matchups against the tight, Alabama likes O.J. Howard on the field with 3 wide receivers and a single back and throwing the ball to Amari Cooper. He picks up the first down.
Now, Bama's going to send DeAndrew White to the far side. Amari Cooper to the near with Christian Jones. Derrick Henry is the running back. Shotgun Sims from his own 36, 1st and 10. Standing on the far hash mark. He'll step up and throw. It's intercepted. It was a high riser. Intercepted by Jonathan Ford. He's got it down the far side. And Alabama will turn the ball over again. O.J. Howard makes the tackle of Jonathan Ford. 2nd interception of the night. And Sims just doesn't look comfortable throwing the football.
Well, I don't know if it's one of his ankles that's bothering him, but that time he let that ball go high and down the middle of the field, and that's certainly a no-no, especially in this situation with less than 45 seconds left in the first half. And now Auburn back in Alabama territory at the 41. That's a big error by Blake Sims.
And remember earlier after the Jermaine Whitehead touchdown, 2 plays, they threw long to Sammy Coates for the TD. Starting at 1st and 10. From the 40, there's a reverse. They look, find a man wide open, throwing it long. It's battled for at the goal line, caught off of Nick Marshall's throw by Sammy Coates.
Well,
it was Quan Bray who got it, gave it back to Nick Marshall, who threw it for 40 yards down to Coates at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, that's a play in this Auburn repertoire. They've run it throughout the season. It's a pitch back off of that rocket sweep with Sammy Coates going diagonally across the field, and the big wideout is just eating up this Alabama secondary.
And this is huge for Auburn because Bama gets the ball to begin the second half. They'd like some pad here. Cameron Artis-Payne gets the handoff. He is not going to penetrate it. Alabama's Jaron Reed grabs him at the 3-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard.
Timeout. Auburn. It's their 3rd and final timeout.
So as you hear, Auburn taking their 3rd and final timeout. As we said before, after that first interception, they went long 34 yards to Nick Marshall.
Well, this is a circumstance here with only 4 seconds left. Auburn's really got one play, so they have to decide if they're going to go for a play and try to score a touchdown or take points. And Daniel Carlson standing at the ready for Gus Malzahn. But regardless, Alabama made a big blunder there in terms of turning the football over at this juncture of the game and then giving up another big chunk play downfield against Sammy Coates. He was double covered, Eli, and went up between the 2 Alabama defenders to make the grab.
And with 4 seconds to go, and this being nothing more than an extra point in distance, Daniel Carlson is going to come in. Carlson is going to try the field goal. It'll be a 20-yarder if they go through with it. He is hit from 20, 27, and 25. A 20-yard field goal try if they do not try a fake. And now a timeout being taken.
Timeout. Alabama. It's their first time out of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Tyler Stovall is the holder. And Bama is very, very cognizant of the fact that this close in, they might just not try something.
Well, I think with Gus Malzahn's mentality right now is almost every play's dialed up has worked for the most part. So he'll take the points here knowing that Alabama gets the ball first in the second half. But, Eli, the biggest question all offseason was, could Alabama slow down this Auburn rushing attack? And in order to do that, you've got to commit your safeties and play one-on-one on the perimeter. And against Duke Williams and Sammy Coates, it's been unsuccessful tonight through the first 30 minutes of this football game.
That's one of the areas that folks have pointed at this year, the young secondary, particularly on the corners, though they've had a full season of work by this time. 20-yard field goal off the near hash mark. Again, this is nothing different than an extra point. They're snapping it at the same spot. 4 seconds to go until halftime. They're going to play it through, and the field goal is good as the half expires. So a 20-yard field goal by Daniel Carlson. And Auburn takes a 26-21 lead into the locker room. So here we go to start the second half. Bama at home in the crimson tops over the white pants. Auburn in the all-white, trimmed in blue and orange. Christian Jones to the near side, DeAndrew White across the way. They're the deep men to field the kick by Daniel Carlson. Again, there is a bit of a breeze now down low blowing towards the kicker. The tassels atop the uprights to our left are extended straight out. So there will be a wind in the face of the Auburn kicker right here. Again, Christian Jones to the near side, DeAndrew White across the way, and the second half is underway. Christian Jones from the 1, up the hash mark to the 15, angles to the numbers, gets outside the coverage, and he is forced out by the kicker at the 40-yard line. Daniel Carlson, the last gasp effort to deny a touchdown, and the kicker does just that, forcing Christian Jones out of bounds. They'll spot it at the 38-yard line. That's where Alabama will start, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Auburn 100th in the country in all of the United States in terms of kickoff coverage, and you can see why Christian Jones found a gap there, and Alabama will operate from their own 38 here.
T.J. Yeldon works out of the backfield. Wideouts either way. 2 men flanking the quarterback. Hand off to Yeldon. They try to tackle the football. He gets 2 yards out to the 40, maybe a half yard farther. They just don't even bother with the body. They just try to tackle the football.
Well, this is a defense that really relies on creating turnovers, and they've had 2 interceptions already tonight, and they will strip the football, especially when you get down into scoring territory. They've been very good in that part of the field.
2nd down and 7 for Alabama, snapping it from their own 42-yard line. Wideouts, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far. Amari Cooper in motion to the left side of the formation. Shotgun, Sims pumps, fires, intercepted for the 3rd time tonight at the 38-yard line. Jumping that was Jonathan Jones, his 6th interception of the year, and the 3rd pick thrown by Blake Sims tonight.
Well, Blake Sims had the initial read on that slant route, and he pumped, and then he went back to it, and in the meantime, Christian Jones had basically stopped his route. Jonathan Jones steps in front, and Auburn registers their 3rd turnover of the night.
Jermaine Whitehead had an interception earlier. Then Jonathan Ford. Now Jonathan Jones. And Auburn going to work with the lead as Bama squanders the opportunity to have the ball here to begin the second half. 2 wides to the left and 1 to the right. They look to the far sidelines. Ricardo Lewis is out there. Quarterback keeper, though, and he'll go forward, picking up 4 yards down to the 35-yard line. Ashawn Robinson makes the stop as we check in with our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter, Chris Stewart.
Little activity, Eli, for Alabama. Jake Coker is starting to take some snaps and get loose.
We'll keep an eye on that. Coker, of course, the backup quarterback for Alabama, who has appeared in 6 games this year, either in mop-up roles or against outmanned opposition. Wideouts either way. Man in motion, handoff. Quan Bray coming across the formation. Into the secondary, spins around, gets hit. He's to the 21-yard line and a 1st down. He came all the way across. Quan Bray did. Finally, Jonathan Allen and Nick Perry put him down.
Yeah, from his slot position, he comes in that fly motion. They hand it to him on a rocket sweep. He gets to the edge, and Auburn now at the 23 of Alabama.
Heading towards the end zone to our left. Tony Brown is out there. We're not seeing Eddie Jackson. Here's the give. Cameron Artis-Payne. Jonathan Allen grabs him and slams him down. He got back to the line of scrimmage and no farther. How frustrating must this be to Nick Saban and to Kirby Smart, who have spent so much time trying to figure out the riddle of this Auburn offense?
Well, it's very frustrating because, in essence, as Nick Saban pointed out at the end of the half, it's been about execution. It hasn't been about necessarily being out of position, but recognizing the plays and doing your job.
No gain on that play. Here's a 2nd and 10. Quan Bray in motion. They fake it to him. Marshall throws near side. Caught by Payne out of the backfield. And Cameron Artis-Payne gets a first down inside the 10-yard. We're actually right at the 10-yard line. Tony Brown was there to make the play.
Well, the Bama defense has been superb in this part of the field all night long, and they are in now position to try and stop Auburn for what would be another field goal, down 26-21.
1st and 10 from the 11, so they can get a first down without the touchdown. Snap to Marshall, handoff Cameron Artis-Payne over left tackle. He'll get to the 6. He'll pick up 5 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 5. The slashing left, Jaron Reed finally made the stop.
Yeah. Artis-Payne very strong through the hips and the thighs. You cannot tackle him at that level. He'll run through, and that time he surged forward for 5 yards.
Ryan Anderson, who got banged up in the first half, is now on the field for Alabama. Again, they can get a first down without the touchdown. 2nd and 5 from the 6. Marshall rolls right, looks, throws over the top, catch is made. Landon Collins, though, quickly gobbles up the receiver. It'll be to the 6-yard line, a gain of a couple on the play. Good job by Landon Collins, right on top of that one, diagnosing the play beautifully.
Yeah, excellent read by Landon Collins. Auburn, a pre-designed bootleg out to the right. They try to slip it to Ricardo Lewis, but Landon Collins would have none of it.
Auburn 4 of 9 in 3rd down conversions. Here's a 3rd and 5 from the 6. Again, they can get the first down without the touchdown. 2 wides are stacked left. Here's Marshall across the middle. Touchdown Auburn. He found Quan Bray coming across at the goal line. 6-yard touchdown pass, converting on the Jonathan Jones interception to score.
And Quan Bray was stationed out to the right. He gets inside the Alabama defender, and right at the goal line, he's able to make the grab. Almost an inside pick. You know, most of those rub-type routes take place to the outside. This one was actually to the inside. Quan Bray slipping underneath for the touchdown.
Tony Brown couldn't stay with him. Now the extra point by Daniel Carlson to try and add to Auburn's lead. There's motion at the far side, and there are flags on the play. Auburn's up 32-21.
False start. Offense. Number 98. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the try.
6th penalty of the night against the Auburn Tigers. Nick Marshall's just having his way, though. He's seeing everything, hitting the guys, running the ball well. And as the coach said, as we talked in the pregame, that's the guy who stirs the drink. He's the straw that keeps it going, and now the longer extra point is still up and good. So the Auburn Tigers add to the lead. They're on top 33-21. Here we go, the kick. Carlson kicks it short. It is going to bounce at the 20, goes laterally, scooped up by Alabama, and the Tides got it at the 25-yard line. That's where they'll start play. So a bouncing football fielded by Christian Jones, and the Tide will go to work here. 1st and 10. How different is the Auburn defense, Phil, that Blake Sims is being picked off 3 times tonight? Are they doing things that are that difficult to spot?
From my view, no. This is what they do. They play a 4-2-5 with a mixture of coverages, a mixture of pressures, and Ellis Johnson's dialed up some good calls tonight.
Here now, handoff Yeldon. He gets out across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Nice job there. 17 yards on the pickup. Robinson Therese finally makes the stop. They'll say his knee hit at the 41. He rolled the extra 4 yards, so they'll spot the football back at the 41. Nevertheless, there's where Bama makes hay.
Bama's just got to take a deep breath here and play their style, their brand of football, which is a mixture of run and pass, and rely on some of this run game to take some pressure off the quarterback.
Again, Yeldon, nothing up the middle. He'll come to the near side and get wrestled out of bounds by Therese at the 45-yard line. Jonathan Ford, Chris Frost, all there on the play. Pickup of 4. It'll be a 2nd down and 6 for Alabama. Just getting going, third quarter. Auburn on top, 33-21. Bama with wides, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Sims to throw. The out route caught by Cooper. He'll lunge forward across the 50, close to but short of the first down. It'll be about a half-yard shy. They're going to have to measure. They'll bring the chains all the way across from the far side to the near sideline. Looked to me as though it was about a half-yard shy. I don't know, but that was my first gut reaction. Bama got a good spot on it. Let's see. The chains now getting there. Wow, got it. Got it by the nose of the football. Wonderful. Got it by the nose of the football.
Well, that little extra lunge by Amari Cooper with the football got the mark he needed.
Wow.
To pick up a fresh set of downs here. And this could be a big confidence booster for not only this Alabama offense, but specifically Blake Sims if the Tide can go down and get a score.
1st and 10 from the 49 of Auburn. Bama heading left to right. They trail in the ball game, 33-21. Sims, straight drop, looks left, throws wide open, losing his footing, DeAndrew White. He went down on the cut at the 35, and he was wide open. He would have made the grab, but as he went for the cut, his feet slipped out from under him on this beautifully manicured turf, and it sails incomplete.
Yeah, that throw would have been on target had DeAndrew White not lost his footing, and of course that now sets up 2nd and 10. See if Alabama goes back to the run game or puts it in the air again.
Cooper, White, and Jones wide to the left side. Handoff Yeldon. He runs over a man who hangs on and puts him down. He ran up on the defense of Angelo Blackson, and the senior from Bear, Delaware, who was being used as a speed bump there, actually held on, and now it's going to be a 3rd down and 10. Yeldon leaves. Derrick Henry comes in. 3rd and 10 from the Auburn 49.
Yeah, Angelo Blackson right at the point of attack. Defeated the block, got off of it, and now that sets up this 3rd and 10 for Alabama.
Bama 1 of 4 in 3rd down conversions. 2 wides right, 1 to the left. Running back Derrick Henry will block. Sims steps up. He has running room, 50-45. He is going to be well short of the first down by 3 yards as he took off to the 41-yard line. He needed to get to the 38.
Well, this is an interesting call for Nick Saban here. 4th and 3.
Is it 4-down territory at this stage of the day?
In a game where you're having trouble stopping the other team, I think you've got to go for it here, and that's exactly what the Tide's going to do. 4th and a long 3 from Auburn's 42.
Bama 1 of 1 in 4th down conversions today. They are 6 of 9 on the year. Let's see if Blake Sims can change cadence and draw Auburn offside. Derrick Henry is the setback. DeAndrew White in motion. Shotgun snap. Swing out. Near side White with a block. He's got the close to the first down. Wow. He had to get to the 38 and a half. Looks like he got it. He does. My goodness, it was close. But he got it. And a first down for Alabama.
Well, DeAndrew White was stationed as a wide receiver, motioned into the backfield, and then released on a simple swing route. He was able to catch the ball, and by the hair of his chinny chin picks up the first down.
Austin Shepard with a nice block that time. All right, Bama now 1st and 10 from the Auburn 39. Sims, play action, stands in the pocket, looks long, Cooper wide open, he's got it, touchdown! Touchdown, Alabama! He burned Jonathan Ford for the second time tonight. It was a 39-yard touchdown pass for the Alabama touchdown.
Well, Amari Cooper's a masterful route runner, and as he released up the field, he did what they call a shake route. He dipped to the outside, broke it back across the feet of Jonathan Ford and Jonathan Jones, this near side corner, and Alabama draws to within 6 at 33-27.
Boy, the offense needed that, didn't they, folks? They needed that. Now the extra point try. It is blocked by Auburn. Gunnar Rayborn's extra point blocked by Angelo Blackson, who got his hand up in the air, and it's 33-27 Auburn. Now another kickoff by J.K. Scott. He's had 3 touchbacks. And here comes Christian Jones trotting back. So that's good news in the kick. Near side. Jonathan Ford from the 1. Up the numbers, gets outside a man, up the near side, and he's hit hard at the 25-yard line and put out of bounds. Now the question is, where did he step out? I believe he stepped out about way upfield at around the 17 or 18. As the officials concur, they're going to move the football back to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, that contact happened outside, upfield to almost the 25-30-yard line, but instead he'd actually stepped out of bounds at the 18. And Alabama needs to rise up here.
They do.
What would only be the 3rd time all night to get this Auburn offense off the field.
Bama has brought Bradley Sills out. He started earlier in the year. Now the number 10 tackler on the ball club. He's on the DB side. Here's the toss to Cameron Artis-Payne. Landon Collins going laterally with him and pulls him down at the 20. It'll be a pickup of 2. Good job, lateral pursuit by the Thorpe finalist, the Nagurski finalist, and the Bednarik semifinalist, Landon Collins.
Well, Landon Collins is a key figure in all this, because when he's not playing deep safety, he's playing down in the box and at that money position, that 6 defensive back position, and that time he closed on Cameron Artis-Payne for only a pickup of 2.
3 wides left, 1 to the right. 2nd down and 8. Man in motion for Auburn. Here now is the keeper by the quarterback, who goes right, and the Bama defense stays home. They saw that coming directly at them, and DJ Petway stayed home right there to make the nice play. Good job.
Very impressive tackle by DJ Petway on Nick Marshall, who they kept contained on that quarterback run. And now Auburn faces a 3rd and 8.
Auburn 5 of 10 in 3rd down conversions. Here's a 3rd and 8 from their own 20. 6:42 to go in the 3rd. Auburn with a 6-point lead. Marshall, shotgun, gets it, throws across, and somehow caught by Duke Williams magnificently at the 36. Landon Collins, well, let's see, does he have it? Yeah, he does. Landon Collins thought he had it.
Well, he wrestled it away from Duke Williams when they were on the ground, but in these type situations, the tie usually goes to the receiver.
And Duke Williams is hurt. He had come in not at 100%. And there he went up and got drilled, and Collins came away with the ball, but the play was already dead. Duke Williams on his back unhooks his chin strap at the 35-yard line. And now he's being helped to his feet by the Auburn training staff, and he'll walk off to the far side, a little bit gingerly, but he is walking under his own power.
He's nursing that right knee injury. He missed the Samford game. They held him out a weekend ago to try to get him as close to top speed as possible. He's not at full speed tonight, but what a great catch by Duke Williams with contact, traffic, and an All-American Landon Collins trying to go for that football.
6:25 remaining in the 3rd. Auburn with a 36-27 lead, a 6-point advantage. Melvin Ray and Quan Bray are wide to the near side, 1 wide out right. Here's a 1st and 10 Auburn from their own 35. Bray heads towards the formation. He'll line up in front of Marshall. They give Bray the football. He'll go right behind the blocking of Cameron Artis-Payne, and he gets across the 40 to the 43-yard line, picks up 7 on the play. Let's check in with Chris.
Eli, Auburn was desperately trying to get a timeout called from the sidelines on that play. Could not get the officials' attention in time, and yet they still picked up 7 or 8.
That's our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter, Chris Stewart. As we're inside 5.5 now remaining in the third. Auburn looking at a 2nd down and 3 from their own 43. Auburn leads by 6. Cameron Artis-Payne to the right of his quarterback. Here now is the give to Payne. He'll come to the near side, nearly tripped up, but he gets away, gets a yard to the 44 with Rashawn Evans and Trey DePriest there. Rashawn tripped him up, and Trey put him down. And here's a 3rd and a couple.
Well, this is a huge conversion down for this Alabama defense that has struggled to get off the field all night long.
They'll bring in Brandon Fultz, the H-back. Auburn 6 of 11 in 3rd down conversion. 3 are lined up to the right of the quarterback. Bray goes wide right. 1 man wide to the left. Shotgun. Marshall has protection. Loads up. Looks long. Far side with Bradley Silv defending. The ball is caught. And they are going to say a completion at the 21-yard line by Quan Bray. With Bradley Silv in man-to-man coverage. And now they're going to say it's an interception. Bradley Silv says, I've got the football, not Quan Bray. The officials came over. The head linesman signals a catch, and then they say interception by Bradley Silv. It'll be his first pick. Now they reverse it, and they'll give the ball to Auburn, and they quickly run the snap. Cameron Artis-Payne, and Alabama fans saying that play should have been waved off, and the officials should have looked at that replay. But Auburn came to the line and snapped it in a hurry. But let's listen.
Prior to the snap, we were buzzed for a replay on the previous play. Prior to the snap, the previous play was ruled a catch and a 1st down for Auburn. The previous play is under further review.
Now, both men came down out of bounds. I will tell you this.
Eli, I don't know that in my entire football career I've seen back-to-back, literally, tie footballs in terms of the receiver and the defender coming down simultaneous with the catch. Now, Bradley Silv was out of bounds, so it won't be an interception, I don't think. But at the same time, I don't know how that could be a catch for the receiver when he clearly does not have full possession.
Silv's left foot, well, might have come down. No, it's tough to tell. We're having a better view up here. Yeah, his left foot is in. His right foot is out of bounds. Though Bradley seems to have the ball. His left foot hits in bounds, Phil. Then he is shoved out by Quan Bray. And then the question is, who has the ball? Bray went up, it went through his hands, off Bradley Silv's shoulder, and Bradley has the ball. But I don't know if he had it until he was out of bounds.
Well, this is going to be a real interesting call here, because I don't know how you say which guy had possession, and they both end up outside. See, I thought they signaled a catch, and then he was waving the chains down rather than signaling Alabama's football is what I thought I saw. No, he didn't. He said he was buzzed.
Hubert Owens did not say what the field ruling was. He said he was buzzed by Rocky Good. The officials wear a buzzer system, and they can be buzzed by the replay official to stop play. And that's what Rocky Good did. Even though Auburn came to the line of scrimmage, the officials had been buzzed with that beeper system before the snap.
Remember, that was a 3rd and 2 call, and Auburn let that ball go deep. They took a shot with Quan Bray.
You know,
against Bradley Silv down that far boundary.
Nick Saban is arguing the Alabama case. Gus Malzahn standing on the Auburn sidelines. I don't know if I could have made a call on the video I've seen, and clearly Rocky Good is having a tough time. He knows how important this call is, and this replay review has gone on for 2 minutes and change with Rogers Redding in attendance, the nation's supervisor of officials. Let's listen in.
After further review, the ruling is that there was joint possession by both players. Therefore, the ruling on the field stands. That was a catch by Auburn, first down.
So it is going to go 35 yards for Auburn on the dual possession. Like I said, you couldn't tell on the replay which man had it. So they're going to go with Auburn on the 35-yard
For the second time, the tie goes to the runner. In football, the tie goes to the offensive player. And back-to-back, literally back-to-back snaps. Duke Williams pulls one away from Landon Collins, and Quan Bray is able to wrestle the ball away from Bradley Silv.
So with 4:35 to go in the third, it's 1st and 10 Auburn from the Alabama 21. Auburn with the ball, leading by 6. And now the line judge goes across to talk to referee Hubert Owens. Whatever was the problem, they have gotten it solved quickly enough. And they'll wind the play clock from 25 seconds. So from the 21, Auburn has 2 wides to the left. Quan Bray to the right. Cameron Artis-Payne, the running back. Here's the give to Cameron Artis-Payne. Stiff arms Bradley Silv. Gets the edge and gets down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Pickup of 6, maybe 7 on the play. It'll be a second down and actually an 8-yard gain. Now a second down and 2.
Well, these Tigers are so efficient on first down. For the season, they've averaged 6.7 yards per play on first down, and you can imagine at 2nd and 3, they're almost impossible to start. Here they are at 2nd and 2.
Here's the inside handoff. Trey DePriest gets Cameron Artis-Payne to lose yardage. He was there as the handoff was made. Dalvin Tomlinson as well, but Trey really made the play, and it'll lose yardage. It'll now be a 3rd down and 5, so it loses 3 on that stop.
Alabama dials up a run blitz with Trey DePriest coming around the corner. And again, Alabama has stiffened down in the red zone. They've done it time after time tonight.
Duke Williams checks in for Auburn. Jonathan Allen for Bama. Here's a 3rd and 5. Marshall looks left side wide open. A man is there. Does he get it? No. Duke Williams could not come down with the ball. He was wide open. Yeah. I mean, wide
Auburn
open.
had stacked 2 receivers to this near side, and Alabama dropped coverage on Duke Williams. It was a semi-rub play, and Duke Williams wide open. Nick Marshall, of course, didn't realize he was going to pop that free in the end zone and overshoots him. Bama dodges a big bullet there, and Daniel Carlson will try to tack on to still another field goal.
It'll be a 33-yard try. He's hit from 20, 27, and 25. Off the far hash mark. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So a 33-yard field goal by Daniel Carlson. And the Auburn Tigers extend their lead to 9. 3:30 remaining in the third. Again, Carlson to kick. Christian Jones is to the near side. DeAndrew White to the far side. They stand near the end zone to our left. Carlson tees it up, starts his run towards the football. And the kick. Another lengthy one. And it goes into the end zone, and yet another touchback for the redshirt freshman from Colorado Springs. Of course, he takes the place of Cody Parkey, now in the National Football League, who was the kicker for the Auburn Tigers a season ago.
Yeah, the punter for Bama, J.K. Scott, and the kicker from Auburn, Daniel Carlson, both hailing from Colorado.
Indeed.
It doesn't look like either one of them have trouble kicking at sea level, I can tell you that.
Not at all, let alone at the mile high. All right, Derrick Henry is going to go for Bama now in the tailback spot. We've got Chris Black split wide to the near side in man-to-man coverage with Jonathan Mincy. Blake Sims, play action, loads up, looks long. Amari Cooper behind the D. He's got it. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, bingo! 75 yards, burning Jonathan Mincy. Man, did Bama need that.
Well, Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin have been watching this Auburn offense throw it over the heads of the Alabama defense, and they said, why don't we try one? And in my film study, Eli, I thought that Jonathan Mincy, the senior corner, would be an intended target all night long, especially when he was matched up with Amari Cooper, and number 9 simply raced right past him for the 75-yard touchdown.
And now Adam Griffith to attempt the extra point. He is in, and he will boot it up. And Alabama draws close with 3:20 to go. It's 36-34. Auburn by 2. That Bromberg's Rolex scoring drive. One play, 75 yards, 10 seconds off the clock. 9 catches, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns for Amari Cooper. And here we go. The kick by J.K. Scott. The Bama players talking it over with him. And they'll boot it away. It's Corey Grant from the 1. Near side. Thrown neatly tripped up by Alabama's defenders, who themselves were being tripped up.
Yeah,
a great job by Jabril Washington going down, and he just reached out to get the man. And now J.K. Scott is going to the Alabama locker room. He is trotting off, but he's going back. I believe he might have had just to take a private moment the way it looked.
Well, he's hustling into that locker room, and he'll be back. But Jabril Washington, it's an excellent tackle there, and Auburn starts again inside their own 20. But Bama's defense has given up a score on 8 of 10 possessions. This crowd pleading with the Crimson defense to get them stopped.
Quan Bray in motion, 3 wides right. Cameron Artis-Payne has the football, being chased by Xavier Dixon. He slows him a bit, and Cameron Artis-Payne gets a couple of yards to the 22-yard line.
Well, this Auburn offense I think that's a little absurd tonight. This entire stadium is rocking, and it's been a roller coaster ride for everyone in the building tonight.
Auburn by 2, 2:45 remaining, third quarter. Here's Marshall. Has time, throws, caught by Duke Williams across the middle off of a bit of a shove with Geno Smith, but it'll be a first down grab by Duke Williams, the junior college All-America, living up to all of the advanced pub. 6 receptions against Mississippi State for 2 touchdowns and 110 yards that night. Here now, man in motion. The give, Cameron Artis-Payne to the near side, tripped up by Xavier Dixon. But again, he'll pick up a couple of yards out to the 37-yard line before he was tripped up.
Well, that's what Alabama wants to see Payne do, try to take the ball to the edge, because they can close on him to the perimeter. But when he gets going north and south, he's a very physical runner. And you talk about physical as a player. How about Duke Williams in that slot? He pushed off on Geno Smith and got that previous third down conversion.
Duke is one of 3 wides to the right. Marcus Davis and Quan Bray are the others. Sammy Coates is wide to the left. Cameron Artis-Payne lined up to the right rear of his quarterback, who's in the shotgun. On the 2nd and 8, Marshall swings it out, knocked out of midair by Alabama. DJ Petway, 3rd time he has done that this year, swatting the football out of midair, and it'll be a 3rd down and 8 for Auburn, back at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, Auburn facing 3rd and 8. They'll leave the 4 wide receivers on the field. Alabama will counter with their dime package. Bradley Silv in the game at left corner. Cyrus Jones, they have not targeted him much at all tonight. on this right corner spot.
Auburn 7 of 13 in third downs. The snap to Marshall. Here comes penetration by Bama. Marshall's on the run. He'll get to the edge. He'll throw back across the field, and it is picked off by Alabama. Picked off and brought back by Nick Perry. He's to the near sideline and tripped up at the 30. Nick Perry, his second interception of the year. A 24-yard run back. Another $1,000 from our friends at Wells Fargo to the Children's Hospital of Alabama. That's $10,000 on the year from Wells Fargo, and Bama's in business at the Auburn 30-yard line.
We'll give Alabama's defensive front the credit there. Ashawn Robinson got the penetration, flushed Nick Marshall, and for the first time tonight, he made a mistake. He tried to throw a ball back across his body to the middle of the field. Nick Perry there to make the pick, and now Alabama at the 31 of the Auburn Tigers.
With 1:40 to go, Alabama down by 2. We're in the third quarter. Lots of football yet to play. Sims sends Yeldon in motion to the left of the quarterback. Handoff to Yeldon. And TJ goes from the 31 down to the 29. Picks up 2 yards on that dive. It'll be a second down and 8. Montrevious Adams was in on the tackle for the Auburn Tigers. He wears number 1 on defense. Of course, Duke is wearing a number 1 on offense for Auburn. 3 wides left, 1 to the right now. On a second and 8 from the 29. Sims looked left, comes off near side to Cooper, who'll make the grab inside the 25 and the 24-yard line. It'll be a third down and 3. Jonathan Mincy was there to make sure Cooper went no farther.
Well, and Bama has got to convert this turnover into points. It's 3rd and 3 here. You want to get the first down, obviously, but you cannot take a sack.
Yeah.
So Blake Sims, if he doesn't like what he sees here, if it is a pass, he's got to get the ball out of his hand and not take a sack, potentially run for a first down if he can.
That was Amari Cooper's 100th reception of the year. Here now Sims drops back, throws, complete. First down Alabama, inside the 10. And Amari goes for his 101st catch down to the 8-yard line. Amari Cooper finally put down by Jermaine Whitehead. And now Bama's offense clicking on all cylinders. 11 catches, 201 yards for Amari Cooper.
Well, we've seen Bama go to that play numerous times this year, 3rd and short. Amari Cooper releases off the line very quickly, finds an open hole. Blake Sims throws on time, in rhythm. Coop does the rest, and Bama now inside the 10 at the 8-yard line of the Auburn Tigers.
Empty backfield, Yeldon in motion to the far side of the field. There's motion at the line of scrimmage, and the flags will be flying. Looked like maybe Leon Brown and them say they were drawn off. Let's see what the officials say. Looked like Auburn might have jumped, at least according to the Bama players. Remember, Amari Cooper had 12 receptions against West Virginia.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
They're calling it on Leon Brown. The school record is 13 receptions in a game by DJ Hall against Tennessee back in 2007.
Well, Amari Cooper was trying to signal back to Blake Sims in terms of the eye contact and the signal on this single receiver side. There was a bit of a delay, and so that made Blake Sims not snap the football, and Leon Brown moved.
And the play clock and the game clock have come to 0. We're moving to the 4th with Alabama knocking on the door, trailing Auburn by 2, 36-34. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. 2 wides to the right, 1 to the left. TJ Yeldon comes left, empty backfield. Sims, shotgun, has time. He's going to run it. He's to the 15. He angles to the far side. He's out at the 11-yard line. He'll pick up 3.5 on the play. It'll be a second down and 7. Again, Alabama, as you know, can get a first down without the touchdown here, obviously.
Well, Eli, they can't, because remember that ball,
That's
the
right.
false
I
start.
correct myself with that false start.
It'll be
You're right.
2nd and goal
It
from
is
the
2nd
11.
and goal.
Here.
I stand corrected. Thank you, Phil. You're right. 2nd and goal after that penalty on Leon Brown of earlier. 2 wides left. One to the right. Yeldon aligned to the right of his quarterback. Here's Sims. Straight drop. Looks. Everybody's covered. He's going to run. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He's going to go to the angle of the end zone. Touchdown! 11 yards. Blake Sims gives Alabama the lead. Cam Robinson is injured on the play for the Tide. He is on one knee at the 25, but Blake Sims gets on his high horse and rushes for an 11-yard touchdown to give Bama the lead.
And Nick Saban is looking at the chart here. Bama up 4. I think the Tide's going to keep the offense on the field and go for 2 here and try to make this a 6-point differential. And grab that missed extra point or the one that was blocked. Get it back here with the 2-point conversion.
The training staff at the 25-yard line. They have surrounded big Cam Robinson, who is on one knee. Jeff Allen, the head trainer, is looking at him. Cam has been a huge part of the Bama offense this year. The true freshman from Monroe, Louisiana. Grant Hill will be the man to come in here on special teams as Cam walks haltingly to the near sideline. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Grant Hill will go to the right tackle spot. Austin Shepard will line up at the left. Bama going for 2 here to get a 6-point lead. Amari Cooper in motion. Here's Sims, shotgun. He's got it. He stutter steps, throws a BB to the goal line. It is caught for the 2-point conversion. A BB of a pass. Caught by Alabama for the 2-point conversion. DeAndrew White, a spectacular job with men draped all over him. And we have got Alabama with the score, leading by 6. And we've got a timeout on the field. Just getting going in the 4th. 14:33 remaining in the Iron Bowl. It's Alabama 42, Auburn 36. Quickly to Chris Stewart.
Eli, just to continue the thought you guys were having, as we said, Jake Coker was loosening up. It seems that every time we think Jake Coker is going to be our quarterback, Blake Sims turns into Superman.
Well, let's just keep him going. Find him another phone booth and let him change again. J.K. Scott to kick it away. He'll boom it. Grant's got it. He'll come to the left side, then return to the right, gets tripped up as he gets to the 25. Nick Perry and others were there on special teams for Alabama. Crimson Tide football being brought to you in part by Hyundai. College football fans show their loyalty in all kinds of ways. Ours, just buy another Hyundai. Now let's see if the Bama defense can come up large.
Well, they responded to last series with an interception. Bama dialed up a couple of pressures, and I think Nick Saban and Kirby Smart have almost decided, look, let's just go after Nick Marshall and let it all hang out here. We can't defend this Auburn team playing back.
Ashawn Robinson digs in. Marshall stands in. Everybody's covered. Marshall gets away from Brandon Ivory. He'll throw a near side, and it's incomplete after Brandon Ivory stayed right with the big quarterback. And Bradley Sill doing the job in the secondary. And how unusual. Bama started the year with Bradley Sill starting at left corner. And now Sammy Coates is limping as he goes back to the Auburn huddle and actually going to the sidelines. But Bama began the year with Bradley Silv starting at left corner. Then he kind of disappeared from the scene. And now, last regular season game, who's back? Bradley Silv. We've come full circle.
Well, you talk about Blake Sims offensively. Give Bradley Silv a lot of credit because he's been put in a very difficult circumstance tonight after seeing his teammates get torched at that left corner position, and now he's out there making plays. But again, Eli, Bama dialed up a pressure. They brought 5, and that has made Nick Marshall uncomfortable here these last 2 possessions.
Melvin Ray is in for Sammy Coates. Man in motion. Here's the toss, and around the left side, Bama stays with Quan Bray and puts him down after a pickup of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9. The Bama D putting that pressure on just like you said, Phil.
And again, that was pressure off the edge. Auburn runs the rocket sweep right into the heart or to teeth of that package for Alabama. And now the Tide with a chance to get off the field for the first time on a 3rd down, 3-and-out situation.
Uzama is in. Marcus Davis is in. 2 wides to the near side. The snap. Marshall under pressure. He's hit. He is still on his feet. No, he's put down for the first sack of the game. Xavier Dixon, come on down. And now a 3-and-out. The first of the night. Auburn will have to punt it away.
Bama's first 3-and-out. They rush 4, decide to play coverage. It was too thick for Marshall to find a place to go with the ball, and no one got beyond the quarterback, so nothing opened up for Marshall to run, and Alabama gets off the field on a 3-and-out for the first time in a long time.
Second punt of the night for Carlson with Christian Jones standing deep. The kick goes towards the far sidelines. Christian Jones makes the grab, backpedals, tries to reverse direction, lost yardage, and he'll be downed at around the 28-yard line. We'll see exactly where they spot it. Yep, back at the 27, actually. A 43-yard punt and negative yardage on the return. Here we go. Cooper wide left. Quick throw near side. Amari's got it on the screen. He's to the 30-35, and he skips out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Nice little quick block by Christian Jones, starting the opening on the near side.
Well, that play is almost impossible to stop, especially when Amari Cooper is in motion and off the line of scrimmage. You can't jam him from that position. Blake Sims throws it out to him, and Bama picks up 8 on first down.
Cooper and White on the right. Here now the handoff. Yeldon turns the left corner. First down, feeds a 50. He's to the 45, 40, and he is hauled down. Finally, by Jonathan Ford, the boundary safety. Give it to TJ and ride that horse. Ryan Kelly and Ari Quanjo.
TJ Yeldon has not had a lot of opportunities this year to get into the open field, but he saw daylight that time and tried to accelerate as best he could, and Alabama now inside the 40 of the Auburn Tigers.
A 25-yard pickup. Now the snap to Sims. Blake stands in, looks long. Cooper past the D, but the throw overflies everybody, incomplete at the 2-yard line. He had outrun the 2 defenders with a strong throw, a bit too much oomph on
Well, Bama had their receivers stationed 2 by 2, and they ran the same play that Auburn has scored on a couple times. The double seam, all 4 receivers going up the field, and Amari Cooper in the slot had room, but Blake Sims overshot him.
Amari better than 200 yards. He had 224 against Tennessee earlier in the year. Here's a 2nd and 10, Bama from the Auburn 39. Raheem Falcons in motion. The toss, Yeldon peels off a block of Jalston Fowler. Is working hard to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe didn't even do so. Elijah Daniel, the defensive end over there, doing a nice job to bust it up for the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, Bama's had Raheem Falcons come in motion. Remember in the first half, Eli, they had the design boot and the play was just discombobulated from the outset. That was a toss crack, but nothing doing there for Alabama now facing this 3rd and long.
3rd and 11 after Jonathan Mincy busted up that play. Football is at the 40. Bama needs the 29 for the first down. Yeldon, they play action it to him. Sims looks, throws a BB wide open. Bama first down grab. It's loose at the 25-yard line. And Amari Cooper, the go-to man. When in doubt, dial up Amari Cooper for a first down.
Well, Auburn elected to play a soft 2-deep zone, and Amari Cooper is wide open in the middle of the field, and with good pass protection, Grant Hill now at right tackle, Austin Shepard on the left side. There was a pocket clean for Blake Sims to step up and deliver a strike.
Amari Cooper bypassing his total at Tennessee when he had 13 receptions for 224. 2 wides right. The Andrew White left. The give. Left side Yeldon turns the corner. He's to the 15. Steps out of bounds. He does go down to the end zone, but he stepped out of bounds at the 16. Ari Kwanjo and O.J. Howard with the blocks there. Nevertheless, a pickup of 9.5. So it'll be just a half yard shy of the first down, but he did clearly step out of bounds.
Alabama finding success on first down. 9 yards on that carry by T.J. Yeldon, and now Alabama looking at a 2nd and 1. They hold all the cards here, Eli, as we get closer to the 10-minute mark in this fourth quarter.
And remember, Austin Shepard is playing at left tackle. Grant Hill is the right tackle. After Cam Robinson got hurt, here's the give. Yeldon right side 10, outside the defense 5. Flags are down. That one may well come back from the reaction of Lane Kiffin. Might well be a hold there as Yeldon kicked it to the outside.
Holding. Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
Ryan Kelly, the center.
Well, that's a huge penalty because Bama was way ahead of the sticks at 2nd and 1, and now it gets pushed back. It will be a 2nd and 11.
10:29 to go in the game. Dominic Jackson now checks in.
Yeah, Bama
Derrick
going
Henry.
with a heavier package with
heavy jumbo
Justin Fowler in the game, almost like a 2 tight end set here.
Derrick Henry to the right of his quarterback. He'll throw a nice block. Blake Sims out route. Throw. DeAndrew White makes the grab. It'll be inches shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about a half yard. Derrick Henry threw a magnificent block, as he mentioned in the play-by-play, right off the start to disrupt and upend a potential tackler.
Well, that's how you get 10 yards back very quickly. You put Blake Sims on the corner. He throws a strike to DeAndrew White, and now Alabama at 3rd and less than a yard here just outside the 15-yard line.
Bama 3 of 7 tonight in 3rd down conversions. That's all. But they need one right here. They need inches to convert. Alabama. Sims under center. Gives to the up man, and Jalston Fowler bowls his way forward inside the 10 for the first down to the 7-yard line. Give it to Nudie.
Well, the pro scouts love Jalston Fowler because he can run it, he can block, he can catch it out of the backfield, and he is a versatile piece in this Alabama offense being directed by Lane Kiffin.
And it took the boundary safety, Jonathan Ford, to stop him. That's how quickly he penetrated through the Auburn D. 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Come on, clock. Bama 42, Auburn 36. 1st and goal, Alabama from the Auburn 8. Yeldon looks for running room. He'll wind through the defense for 2 down to the 6-yard line. Ben Bradley.
Well,
and Gabe
Auburn
Wright
has had success this year defensively on 3rd down and in the red zone. So this is not an easy job here. Alabama starting with the long goal-to-goal situation at 1st and 8, now 2nd and 6 after the 2-yard run. Almost feel like Bama's going to have to throw it into the end zone in this sequence of downs here.
Bama leads by 6. Brandon Green is on the field now. All 6'5", 308 pounds of him. Lined up at the left of the line. DeAndrew White in motion. Rolling right Sims. Looks, everybody's covered. He unloads end zone. Amari Cooper. Touchdown. Or was it DeAndrew? DeAndrew White with the touchdown. DeAndrew White, a 6-yard touchdown reception. And Alabama pads their lead with 8:05 to go in the ball game. And now, again, you'll try for 2.
Well, again, the mobility of Blake Sims. He gets the ball out on the edge. DeAndrew White continued to work to try to get open. Sims finds him in the back of the end zone, and now Alabama up 48-36, up 12. The chart says go for 2, and that's what Nick Saban's going to do.
The chart of probabilities.
Bama's going to take a timeout here.
Bama's going to probably take a timeout, as Phil says. It'll be their first. Well, now there is no timeout. They're going to play. They had to reset the play clock. And that's what Hubert Owens was whistling about. And Bama's going to go for two, leading 48-36 with 8:05 to go in the game. O.J. Howard in motion to the right of the formation. Here's Sims rolling right, under pressure. Drake is going to run it towards the end zone. He trips up and does not get in. He lunged forward, came up a yard shy.
Yeah, his footing came away, and I tell you, Blake Sims rolled all the way into that far corner, and he's slow in getting up, Eli.
He is not straightening up, but now he is. He is going to trot to the near sideline. Man, he was hurt for a moment. But Alabama leads 48-36. We'll take a timeout on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. Blake Sims, since those 3 interceptions, 9 of 11 passing, 183 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 rushes for 20 yards and a touchdown. Since the third of those trio of intercepts. Now J.K. Scott to kick it away for Alabama. A bit of a shorter kick. It bounces at the 15. Quan Bray runs into his own man. Spins away from a couple of guys. Dylan Lee puts him down at the 31-yard line. So they still end up with fairly good field position, even after the attempt to kick it away from Quan Bray.
Yeah, that ball actually hit the ground, and Bray was fortunate that it bounced almost right into his arms. It didn't kick back toward the Alabama coverage unit. But Alabama has forced an interception, and their first 3 and out. Let's see if they can pull the trifecta here. 7:58 left in the fourth quarter.
Duke Williams wide to the near side, to the other way. Marshall stands in. Marshall goes long, looking for Sammy Coates. Got him in stride at the 20-yard line. That time he had coverage from Geno Smith, but they go for 53 yards to Sammy Coates, getting him out of a big jam.
Sammy Coates looks 100% healthy tonight. He's carried around a bulky knee brace all year, but he has raced past this Alabama defense all night long.
Now from the 17-yard line of Alabama, Marshall swings it out near side. Marcus Davis, he can't turn it upfield. Landon Collins greets him in the near flat. They'll give him a half yard to the 15-yard line, but Landon Collins doing a great job there as DJ Petway now checks in, replacing Jonathan Allen.
I tell you, Bama's given up some big plays tonight, obviously, over 500 yards in total offense for Auburn. But in this red zone, the Tide has played actually very well. They've forced 5 field goals on the night.
Bama by a dozen. 7:15 to go in the game. Fade route, near side, towards Coates. It's bobbled, it is knocked around, and out of bounds it goes. They tried the fade route. Bradley Silv finally came over to help out. He and Nick Perry were there. They knocked it away and darn near intercepted it on the tip drill in the end zone.
Yeah, Bama brought pressure, and that leaves the corner one-on-one. But what want to and desire those 2 Alabama defenders, Jabril Washington and Bradley Silv, getting that ball onto the ground.
Auburn 7 of 15 in third down conversions. Though this clearly is 4 down territory. Here's a 3rd and 9. Marshall stands in, lofting it to the end zone. Nobody there. Auburn looking for interference on Cyrus Jones. But the ball nowhere near, incomplete. It was an uncatchable football. And now 4th down. And as we said, clearly in 4 down territory here with 7 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, Auburn
and Bama
down,
up by a dozen.
Auburn down 12, so a touchdown, a 2-point conversion. Field goal still doesn't get them there. Gus Malzahn going to go for here on 4th and 8.
Auburn 1 of 1 in 4th down conversions tonight. 2 of 5 on the year. Marshall steps up. Sidearm throw, caught at the 10-yard line. He is not going to get there. They stop him. They stop him. He made the grab at the 10. He needed the 6. And Marcus Davis denied, and Alabama takes over on downs. Alabama takes over on downs.
And Nick Perry reacted to the route in front of him, made a secure tackle in the open field on Marcus Davis to stop him short, and Alabama's defense once again denies the Auburn Tigers down tight in this all-important red zone.
Timeout. 6:55 remaining in the game. Bama 48, Auburn 36 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. Derrick Henry was in, but now it's T.J. Yeldon before the snap who comes in for Bama. 1st and 10, the Tide from their own 7-yard line. Got to be careful here. So you give it to Yeldon. He'll go outside to the 10. Stiff arms a man to the 15-yard line. Great job. A stiff arm of Jonathan Ford on a 7-yard pickup out to the 15-yard line.
Well, we talk about this buffet of offensive plays, and not to overuse that analogy, but this is where you've got to let your run game eat, Eli, because with 6:30 left, with every precious second that runs off that clock, it's valuable at the end of this football game, because Alabama's not out of the woods yet by any means, up 12.
Force Auburn to use timeouts as we get later in the game. 6 1/4 to go. Bama up 48-36. Here now the give. Yeldon, nothing up the middle, kicks it back outside, and he is run out of the bounds by Jonathan Ford across the way. Everybody is okay.
Well, that was an exceptional individual effort by T.J. Yeldon, because there was nothing there at the point of attack. He reversed field and almost turned that play from disaster into a successful conversion, comes up 2 yards short, and now Bama looking at 3rd and 2.
Derrick Henry checks in. Christian Jones checks in. Alabama with a 3rd and 2 play. Snapping it from their own 16, they need the 18. Bama 4 of 8 in 3rd down conversions. Sims calls his own number up the middle, 1st down, and he gets to the 26-yard line. No hesitation, called his own number. That was a designed play from the get-go. A little of Nick Marshall thrown back at the Auburn Tigers.
I tell you, Bama has flipped the script on Auburn. They've thrown the double seam. Now they come back with a design quarterback run, a light box by the Auburn Tigers. Alabama has them outnumbered. Blake Sims takes that shotgun snap, takes a counter step to his right, and then accelerates up the middle for the 1st down.
Derrick Henry is in. Remember, every time he's been in, Bama has thrown the football long. This time, though, they give it to Derrick for his 3rd run of the night. He finds running room. He's to the 40. He's to the 45-50. He's down the right side, 40, 35-30. He's to the 25-yard line. No need to throw it long. Let him run it long. 49 yards. Derrick Henry, and that is going to be his longest rush of the year. He had a 28-yarder against Tennessee. Totally obliterates that with that 49-yard run.
Well, watch that big horse run. Derrick Henry had room to get out and gallop, and he takes it all the way to the 25 of the Auburn Tigers. And I tell you, you're seeing hands on hip and some heads dropping on that Auburn defense. Alabama trying to put the proverbial knife in here with less than 5 minutes on the clock.
4:39 remaining. From the 25 of Auburn, 1st and 10, Derrick Henry. Have it again. Oh, and he runs into the middle of the D and is quickly slammed down. The Auburn Tigers, Jamel President. First time we have mentioned his name tonight, or maybe only the second. The number 9 tackler on the ball club was there and slams Derrick Henry down to the turf. It'll be a 2nd and 10. Jamel President from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, the number 9 tackler on the Auburn team.
Well, you throw to get leads and you run to close it out. And that's what Alabama's trying to do here in the latter stages of the 4th quarter.
Inside 4 minutes, Bama up. 2nd down and 10. From the 25 of Auburn, here's the give. Henry, near side, big hole, open, he's gonna go! Touchdown! Alabama! 25 yards! Touchdown!
Can I say it, Eli? Alabama's going to win the football game.
Alabama's going to win the football game. Though we're used to doing that, and nobody's going to go on the field. But how about the blocking? Austin Shepard and Ari Quanjo. Great leads, and I mean, folks, you could have driven a Mack truck through that hole.
Well, and that Mack truck's got Derrick Henry written on the side, and he galloped ran in the end zone in Alabama. I said they need to clear 30. How about a half 100, tacking on the 55th point for the Crimson Tide.
Extra point by Adam Griffith is up and good. So this one reminds you of the 1948 game when Alabama beat Auburn 55-0. The last time they hung 55 on the Auburn Tigers. You know, Joe Willie Namath is beside us. He's just doing a little dance in Bill Battle's booth. He can still move. He really can. Lots of celebrating all the way around as Bama leads 55-36 with 3:46 to go in the ball game. The Brombergs' Rolex scoring drive. 6 plays, 92 yards. They went just about the length of the field in 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Let's pause now 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. We are back, and the celebrating continues. This matches, as we said, the most points ever that Alabama has hung up on Auburn, matching the 55 in 1948. Tom Roberts, what was it like that day?
I knew you were going to ask. That was the resumption of the series.
Yes, it was.
And how sweet this one is. Resumption of the domination.
Alabama laying those points on, and they did it in come from behind fashion. They were on the canvas, as Nick Saban will say, and like a heavyweight, they got up off the canvas. Now J.K. Scott boots it away. It's Corey Grant from the 6. Goes left, 30, spins out to the 35-yard line. And Auburn will go to work with all of their timeouts. But Alabama on top 55-36.
A 19-point lead. That's a 3-score lead. 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, and a field goal. You would think that would be next to impossible with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in this football game.
All right, honestly, out there, folks, how many of you thought we would see 91 points put up on the board tonight? Doesn't matter which team you're pulling for. How many of you thought we'd see 91? I didn't expect that. High scoring, yes, but this is not what I expected. Here's Marshall now. Looks right, pumps, pulls it down and throws it left. It is Cameron Artis-Payne who'll get out to the 40-yard line from the 35. It'll be a pickup of 5. With 3:27 remaining in the ball game, clock moving. Auburn has all their timeouts, as does Alabama.
Yeah, Auburn has every screen in the book. They haven't thrown a lot of them, but there was one to Cameron Artis-Payne, only picks up 4 yards. Alabama will gladly concede that yardage.
Pressure from behind, and now Jonathan Allen comes in. Sack number 2 of Nick Marshall tonight. Jonathan Allen got him from behind after he was stood up in front. Great effort by the Tide.
Well, Jonathan Allen is an All-American type player on and off the field. He gets the pressure there, sacks Nick Marshall, and Alabama now looking at a 3rd and 7. Auburn's got 2 more shots to pick up the first down, and Bama can try and nail the coffin on the Auburn Tigers right here.
On a 3rd and 7 after that big defensive sack. Straight drop Marshall. Everybody's covered. DJ Petway looks at him. Gets close. Marshall throws it long. It's tipped away by Alabama in double coverage at the 20. Looking for Duke Williams. And Alabama had the coverage downfield. Good job by Nick Perry. He and Landon Collins with support from Jabril Washington.
Well,
4th down and 7.
Bama maintained their coverage. Nick Marshall had to move around, tries to throw it deep. Throw it up for grabs, really. Bama kept their poise, no pass interference. They get the ball down, and now Bama 1 snap away at 4th and 8 from ending this football game.
Auburn 1 of 2 in 4th down conversion plays tonight. Here's a 4th and 7 from their own 37. Pressure again. Marshall has to scramble. He'll come near side and throw. It is Quan Bray who'll make the grab for a first down at the 48-yard line. He came back to the ball with Bradley Silv on coverage. Auburn now moving the chains. 2:13 remaining. Bama still up big. 55-36. Shotgun snap. Quick release. Far side, Corey Grant. He'll get to the left side and is manhandled by the Bama defense. Trey DePriest puts him down along with Geno Smith after a pickup of 5. Football is at the 45.
That clock dribbles now below 2 minutes.
Dribble on, O'Clock. 3 wides right, 1 to the left. Marshall, shotgun, looks, throws across the middle, caught. First down, Duke Williams with Landon Collins covering him. And they move the chains inside the 35 to the 33. A minute 38 to go in the ball game. Bama leads 55-36. Nick Marshall shotgun. Wideouts either way. He's flushed. He runs far side. He's going to head to the sideline. Smart play. Stops the clock. Trey DePriest was coming in to close in on him. And he gets to the 30. It's a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. The clock stops with a minute 25 to go.
Yeah, and again, Alabama content to allow Auburn to move the ball here some, take those throws underneath, force Marshall to run out of bounds. Auburn still has not used a timeout. A minute 25 remaining in this game. Alabama up 19.
Here now is 2nd down and 7. Pressure again. Marshall throws far side Grant. He'll run into the Bama defense at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3. It'll be a 3rd down and 5 upcoming for Auburn. Clock to a minute 10 remaining, and Gus Malzahn not using any timeouts. They have them all, but we're inside of a minute now. Inside of a minute in the 2014 Iron Bowl. Bama watching Marshall. Takes the snap, throws it up the middle. It is caught, and lunging forward for a first down inside the 15 of the 14 is going to be Grant coming out of the backfield.
The clock momentarily stops, but again, Eli, mathematically impossible for Auburn to score 19 points in less than 45 seconds.
Bama up 55-36. Marshall looks, throws, 5-yard line, catch is made. Duke Williams. He is hit hard as he makes the grab. They'll spot it for a first down.
Timeout. Auburn. It's their first timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
And as you hear from Hubert Owens, the announcement on the timeout. So you look over 2 of the last 3 Iron Bowls. In 2012, Alabama wins 49-0. That was here. Right now, Alabama leads 55-36 here. So at the moment, Alabama has rung up 104 points on Auburn in their last 2 visits to Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Well, it's just been a sensational response by this Alabama offense when the chips were really down after 3 turnovers by Blake Sims. He stuck to his beliefs. The coaches actually turned to Jake Coker to take some snaps and warm up to a degree. And when Blake Sims saw the relief pitcher in the bullpen, he bore down and got the job done.
Remember, Auburn was up 33-21 in this half. 1st and goal from the 5, Auburn. Bray in motion to the right side. Marshall rolls right. Marshall looks. Pressure off the back, and he throws high off the hands of Coates. Incomplete in the corner of the end zone. Sammy ranging high at 6'2", 201 with great jumping ability, but even he could not pull in that high throw.
And Auburn had that situation where Marshall could have pulled up and thrown it back to a screen to the opposite side of the field. This team makes you defend the full width of the field, but Alabama's defense has just been unbelievably sound down here in the red zone.
30 seconds to go. 2nd and goal, Auburn from the 5. Bama up big. Marshall throws, end zone, nobody home, and complete. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 5. Again in the red zone tonight. Auburn has had 8 trips, this being the 8th. They have 1 touchdown, 5 field goals and 1 turnover on down. So this is their 8th trip into the end zone, or into the red zone, I should say.
Yeah, this Bama defense has just performed beautifully in this part of the field. I know that Nick Saban's going to talk about the bombs away version of his defense out in the field, but down in this part of the field, Alabama's just been sensational.
Auburn on the 3rd and goal. Here's the give. Grant up the middle. He gets to the goal line, dives in for an Auburn touchdown. So the former Alabama Crimson Tide, who redshirted here in 2010, then transferred in 2011, gets a 5-yard touchdown run against his former team.
And again, that clock wound down from outside the 3-minute mark when Auburn took over all the way down to 20 seconds. So this is what you want to do defensively. Make them use the clock to go the length of the field. That's exactly what happened.
Timeout, Auburn. It's their second charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Unusual right there.
Yeah, Auburn down 55-42, so you can go for 2 now or go ahead and kick it. But it looks like that Gus Malzahn may put his offense back on the field. Because remember, if he goes for 2 here, makes it, that'd make it 55-44, so they'd be down 11. And you're talking about then scoring a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and then a field goal. Mathematically impossible. I'm no scientist, Eli, but there's no way that can happen with 20 seconds left in this game.
Alabama next up will play the Missouri Tigers next Saturday in the SEC championship game. Bama going back home to where they have been so many times, the SEC championship game. It is a 3 o'clock Central Time kickoff. Our coverage from the Georgia Dome will begin at noon
and
Central.
I'm almost certain this will be the last SEC title game at the Georgia Dome, because the new stadium, will it be ready next year or is it the year after?
I am really not sure, to be honest with you. I think it's the year after.
Okay.
So we can play there a few more times. All right, the 2-point conversion try. Quan Bray in motion left. Marshall at the 10. Looks, everybody's covered. He's going to try and run. He gets to the goal line, and he will run it in for the 2-point conversion. So Nick Marshall, 2-point conversion run. And the score now is Alabama 55.
What was Alabama's shooting percentage from the field and at the free throw line, Eli?
It sounds like a game at Coleman Coliseum, doesn't it? The Bromberg's Rolex scoring drive, 13 plays for Auburn, 65 yards, and they used 3 minutes and 26 seconds. So, yes, they got their points, but they helped the Tide immeasurably by using that much clock.
Well, I think internally Alabama's biggest goal of this game was to have enough of a substantial lead that there would be no kick 6 possibility. They're certainly willing to concede 65 yards there to use up 3 minutes and 26 seconds. And now a pending onside kick will come here at the 22nd mark. But what a ball game. I mean, This has been unlike any Iron Bowl in the history of the series.
You know that Auburn has run 30 more plays tonight than has Alabama. 89 snaps for Auburn, 59 for the Tide. And listen to these numbers, folks. Auburn's offense, and you got to give them credit. They put points and yards up. 625 yards. Alabama, a paltry 541. What is that, 1,000?
Well, in Alabama, through 11 games, was averaging
1,166 yards, 99 points.
Bama, of course, was averaging more yardage. It would be the #1 offense in the history of the school. And with a 541-yard night against Auburn, I think for at least the regular season, this will be the most prolific offense in Alabama football history.
All right, the Good Hands team is out there now for what will be an onside kick try by the Auburn Tigers. Daniel Carlson is the kicker. He's got teammates to both sides. Ball comes near, and it's covered up by the Crimson Tide with flags on the play. Flags are down. Charleston Fowler made the play. Ball probably did not go 10 yards. In that scrum of bodies, I could not tell, to be honest with you. But old Nudie comes up with the football. And that, my friends, with 18 seconds to go, is going to give the Iron Bowl to the Crimson Tide. And Brian...
Illegal blocking by the kicking team prior to the ball traveling 10 yards. That penalty is 5 yards added to the spot of recovery. First down.
And look at this. Nick Saban is putting Brian Vogler in to play one snap in his senior season at the Iron Bowl. He has been hurt. He's not played all night. He's going to line up way in the backfield as the safety valve here. He's not going to get anywhere near the fray as Bama takes the victory formation. But how classy to put Brian Vogler out there to celebrate at midfield as Alabama wins the Iron Bowl. And the Crimson Tide wins the SEC West and puts the kibosh on the Auburn Tigers tonight by a final of 55-41. And Blake Sims saluting the fans as he runs around the stadium. He's in the end zone to our right, waving wildly to the fans. He's in front of the $1 Million Band and the cheerleaders. He is celebrating what he deserves to celebrate. A magnificent senior year.
Well, he's the man of the hour.